Bosh. Oh, why is that not saved? Game week 1. Deadline stream. Quick. PNG. Right, TikTok live, YouTube's live. I think we're all set up. I think we're ready to go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me lock in quick Orange Apple because TikTok chat ain't gonna come up for you on YouTube. But how is it going, bro? It's so nice to be back. It should work now, so you guys can see both TikTok and YouTube chat. We've done it. We've done it. The sexiest man from Durham has returned. I have indeed. What a time it is to be back for game week 1. How have you been, bro? How has Orange Apple been? Because it's been a long time, bro. Long time. Got a question on TikTok there. Salah plus Watkins or go without and have Haaland plus Saka. I would choose the Salah route personally. I'm good, bro. How are things? Things are good, man. Things are good. It's been a fun pre-season. It really has. Oh, great. You guys can see TikTok chat as well. Things are going way too smoothly to start the stream off. So, Orange Apple has had some ups and downs over the summer, I'll be for real. But are things up now, bro? Are things looking better now for Orange Apple? That's the main thing. So boring though, always captain Salah. You don't always have to captain Salah. I won't be captaining him game week 2, and I think there's another game week where I'm not going to be captaining him. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens, but yeah, not every week you have to captain Salah, although you probably should. Will Johnson start? Is that Brennan Johnson you're talking about? If so, we're a bit up in the air on that. I mean, we'll look at the PSG game, and he wasn't starting. Something is up right now. No, you're live, Orange Apple. I mean, I've missed this. Do you have Gyökeres or Saka then for game week 2? None of them. I don't want them. I don't think I'll start with Saka or Gyökeres. I think I'm going to go... Who's my game week 2 captain? Palmer is my game week 2 captain to sort of offset the Saka and no Gyökeres. We'll see how things go, though. You know, things will develop as we learn more information. I believe the press conferences are almost finished now. But some shocking news about Gvardiol not being fit for this game week. Orange Apple's going to show us his current team. Go for it, man. Go for it. I want to see what you've been cooking up, bro. Haaland hat-trick against Wolves incoming. Do you think so? I'm not too sure, man. I'm not too sure. Jaden says he's got a very similar team to mine. To be honest, Jaden, I think I'm going to change my team ever so slightly. We'll see how we go, but I'm just waiting on a few more bits coming from the press conferences. Gavin dropping in the chat. How you doing, Gavin? Rate my team. Yeah, drop it in chat, man. I've gone with no Salah or Haaland. Do you think it's a good option? I don't think so, sadly, mate. It's a viable option if you're up for taking the risk. But yeah, it's not a particular strategy I'm too keen on at the start of the game. I think it's viable, though. If you want to do it, you absolutely can. Orange Apples gives us chat. He says Sanchez, Murillo, Diouf, Nico Williams, Palmer, Saka, Vert, Bruno, Ekatike, Watkins, João Pedro. I really like that, actually. I really like that. I mean, you know, it's a bit of a mix with the absence of the premiums, but it is a viable option, I have to say. It's just a little bit risky. I'm scared if Yao Pedro blanks game week 1, everyone will sell. I mean, the game is played over the course of the entire season. If people are just making decisions off one game week, I think we'll be okay. What do you think about Tielemans? To be honest, he's someone who I could consider within this draft here. Don't know. I don't know if I just want to get Rodgers instead, because he's only 1 million more. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, it just seems the better option going for Rodgers because he's a bit more attacking. The issue, Orange Apple on YouTube says, the issue is with the downgrade to fit Salah in. I mean, look at my front 7, it's pretty decent. I know you will have to downgrade some bits to get to that premium price point, and I don't, it's not always the best option if you're going with that type of draft. So, look, I don't mind the idea. I just think starting the season with Salah is a bit of a safer way to play. Don't have to play that way, though. Yeah, Jaden, you've got a bit of a similar team, actually, don't you? Jack Paslow's back. Hello, brother. We are indeed back. It's nice to see the regular viewers dropping back in a brand new season. Why not go Gyökeres over Watkins? I prefer Watkins. I just think he's a better option to start the season with. We'll see how things go, but I do like Watkins a bit better. Anderson or Papsar. At the moment, Anderson's in this team, but I think I'm going to get rid of him and choose somebody else. I'm not too sure, though. At the moment, Anderson is staying in. We know how good Anderson is, but we'll see. Rodgers a must being fit. I've got Watkins, Bruno up front, mid, Salah, Bruno, Marmoush, and Dye, says Wolfie on TikTok. That's a nice midfield, man. Rate my team, says Gavin. Gavin's dropped it in the chat. Let's have a look, Gavin, for you, mate. We've got Sells, Wan-Bissaka, Williams, Van de Ven, Frimpong, Salah, Palmer, Anderson, Gyökeres. Watkins and Gyökeres up front. I haven't seen that too much, but thank you very much, mate, for sending your team in. I actually quite like it. The only thing I would say I'm a bit hesitant on is Wan-Bissaka, just because of his opening fixture. It is pretty good, but I don't know. I just feel like it's not too great in terms of the being away at Sunderland. I don't know. I'm not liking it. Say hi to Nana. Hi Nana. Ewan currently on the toilet in Spain. Bloody hell, Ewan. I didn't realise you were away on holiday. Well, I can't hear nothing, mate. The audio's fine, I think. Dylan says Aina and Ndai or Milenkovic and Ruta. I'd go Milenkovic and Ruta. Who takes pens for Wolves? We don't know yet. I believe it could be their brand new signing, Arias, though. Miss you, Pappy. I can hear your sweet voice. Cheers, Ewan, mate. I hope. Well, when you get back from Spain, we'll do something, man. We'll do something, bro. Kudus, thumbs down. Yeah, I don't know if we'll stick with Kudus there. This is just the team from my team selection video the other 2 days ago or a day ago. So there are a few picks I'm not too sure on, but yeah. Are you bench boosting game week 1? No. Where do I send my team? I'm not doing any team ratings on the deadline stream. I'm just answering questions, having a bit of a chat about FPL. But if you do want to send it in, you can sort of type questions in the chat or type it out. That's completely fine. Dude. You reckon Trent will start today? Maybe, mate. Maybe. Should I take Gyökeres out and put Yao Pedro in? I mean, you don't have to just because I've got Yao Pedro, bro. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'll stick with Yao Pedro. He's one of the ones that I'm kind of question marking right now. I think, to be clear with my squad, there are a few question marks here. Anderson, Kudus, Yao Pedro, Rodgers, and maybe some of the benching options as well. Orange Apple on YouTube said, should I do Murillo to Frimpong and Nico to either Van Dijk, Concert, or another 0.5? I like Murillo as a defender if you can manage to keep him there as well as get Frimpong. I think Van Dijk is the safer person to start the season with, though, mate. Ryan Morgan on YouTube says, Gakpo or Wirtz. If you want to save money though, Gakpo, I don't mind at 7.5. Chicken Pizza on YouTube says, should I start Van Dijk, Diouf, or Strand Larsen? You'd probably go ahead with Van Dijk if you can afford to bench Strand Larsen. Zalty on TikTok says, do you think I should do no Liverpool and no Man City team as a Man United fan? You can play literally play the game however you want. It doesn't matter sort of win-lose at the game as long as you're having fun. I play it, I have a good rank. You can as well, but yeah. Ronaldo is crazy, says Orange Apple. It's not crazy. I'm crazy. VDV is very... Oh, sorry, mate. I've read your question wrong, Orange Apple, then. To be fair, I don't mind Van de Ven at all. Ewan on TikTok says, switched out Pedro for Bowen. Thoughts? Compared them for starting and goals and assists. I mean, I don't mind Bowen. I don't. But look at the shirt I'm wearing, boys. If you're asking me opinions on Bowen, I'm going to say don't get him. But I'll be honest, our defence isn't fully Premier League ready, so it could be a decent option to go with Bowen. But yeah, it's going to be a hard game for West Ham, I'll say that. Dylan says, Sels, Milenkovic, Van de Ven, Palmer, Wirtz, Salah, Rodgers, Ruta, Pedro and Watkins. That is a really nice team. That is a really good team, mate. I like the double Forest defence as well. I think it's something I might try to get at with my squad. Ewan says, good boy. Thank you, mate. What do you think of bench boost game week 1? I like it in some situations. Do I think you should change your team completely just to do a bench boost game week 1? Probably no. Probably no. TikTok, we've got a message from Camera here. Thoughts on Mukelele? I don't know how to say his name, by the way. The new player Sunderland have just signed. Mukelele? I'll say it's Mukelele. Do you think he'll play centre-back against Brentford? He can't play tomorrow. We'll see how he gets integrated into the squad. But I do think it'll be a really nice signing for us. Mukelele. I mean, I say names wrong all the time. I really do. So I do apologise if I get all things wrong. But thank you. Your defence is hardly championship ready, says Orange Apple. Orange Apple, I'm going to come for you, mate, and just get you. Because just wait and see. Just wait and see what we'll do in the Premier League, mate. Mukelele? We'll say that. Do I have a league? Yes, go over to my YouTube channel. I'm live on YouTube as well. In the description of the live stream, there's a link where you can click and it just automatically puts you in. Apologies if I'm missing some of the questions on YouTube chat here. I need to move the chat so I can see it a bit better. I'm going to go without Salah. Do I need a Liverpool attacker, says Jack Parslow. Is Wirtz enough? It could be enough. It really could. But I do think we should maybe focus on having a safer start to the season. And I think the way to do that is having Salah. If you don't want to go Salah to start the season, you don't have to. You can play however you like. I just think it's a safe way to start. And I think it's a good way to start. No, Saka is criminal. If you can get me the other money to get him in the squad, Riley, hand it over, mate. Hand it over. Is Youth a good defender to have as well, says Dylan on YouTube. Yes, I like him. I think he's going to be quite attacking for West Ham. West Ham as a whole, though, I'm not too sure how well they'll do in the Premier League, but I think as an FPL asset, Youth is quite good. Is Wirtz any good to get? Yes. Yes, I really like Wirtz, and is someone that I'm missing in the squad that I'd really like to get. Matt Plays FPL says, I can't see it actually because the chat has gone too fast. I feel like Saka might be a better option than Palmer. That's a bold statement. You could be completely right, but I think the opposite, mate. I do. Will Beto start? I think he should start against Leeds. It does make sense to me personally. But with talk about the transfer situation, the fact that David Moyes isn't quite happy with how he performed in pre-season, you know, things could change, and we could see a debut for Barry in the Premier League. Jack on YouTube says, is Gyökeres better than Saka as an FPL asset? It depends who has pens. I think the most important thing there is who has pens, and we don't know that yet. I would imagine Gyökeres gets the pens, but we'll see how that pans out. Does anyone have an opinion on that in the chat? Who do you think will be on pens for Arsenal? Do you think Gyökeres will take them off Saka, or do you think Saka will remain on pens? Let me know. Saka on pen, says Ewan. Odegaard. Orange Apple on YouTube says, yeah, not worth it, IMO, and he's talking about having Salah and Haaland. Yeah, not worth it. I don't know what this Jay Cartwright looking mug is on about. Probably Saka remaining on pens. Do I have a league prize? I don't, mate. I don't. I just have it for fun. Technically, with the FPL rules, you're actually not allowed to earn prizes through private leagues. So I don't really want to do that and it get taken down. So yeah, it's just a free league, mate. So just be a bit careful if you ever get asked to send money for a league, because it is not allowed. Just another Andy on YouTube says, Saka and a useful striker cost more and deliver no more than Gyökeres and a useful mid. It's an interesting way to put things, actually. Is it worth taking a punt on Everton players? I have Ndai, Tarkowski and Pickford on the bench, says Kai Robinson. I think it's completely fine taking a punt on Everton players. Completely fine. Your team is boring, bro. This isn't the final product of my team. I said this earlier in the stream. This is just what I had from a few days ago. No, Bruno is crazy, says Ian. I know it is. This is, again, it's just a team from a few days ago. I'll probably have Bruno starting the season. We'll slowly adapt it as we go through. Oh, thanks for the slay on TikTok, Ewan. I didn't know you could send them. Thank you, mate. Thank you. Orange Apple says, does Moog's oiling up count as a non-financial prize? It does. And I don't want to say this on stream, but that could be the prize. Ahmad on YouTube says, how's it going, mate? So excited for yet another season of stressful decisions. It is a very exciting time to be back. Look at the team on my roast. I can't, mate. I'm on live. I don't rate teams unless you type them out in chat. Not on deadline streams anyway. Thank you, Ewan, for all of the gifts, bro. Sending the Mamma Mia and the Guardian wings. Thanks, man. Thank you. Tobias says, should I have Haaland, Palmer and Salah or remove one? I mean, it depends how the rest of your team looks, mate. Ewan is sending me all the gifts, bro. Shout out Ewan in the chat, man. It's all going too fast on my screen there. It's like it's moving everyone's chats out the way. Is Kelleher starting a big risk, says MAGA 2024? Yes, I would say he's a risk. Moog's come on the dark side of no Salah or Haaland. Just look at my front seven, and I have a little. And have a little think. I won't force you, but just keep it in mind. Yeah, I won't be starting without Salah or Haaland. I'll be starting with one of them, and it's probably going to be Mohamed Salah. Ewan sending 45 Slay gifts on TikTok. Thank you so much, Ewan. Ewan, when you come back to England, you're getting a pint from me, mate. What is your mini league code, and is there any prize for winning it? Go in the description of the live stream you're watching right now on YouTube. There is a link to the mini league. There is no prize for winning it. It's actually not allowed to give prizes out on FPL leagues. Just be aware of that. If any other creators are giving away prizes, you're actually not allowed to do so. But yes. There is a link in the YouTube live description. Anyone on TikTok who wants to join that mini league, my mini league for this season, the FPL Mugs mini league, go over to the YouTube channel, go in the description of the live stream. There is a link there. No Haaland, no Salah is the way to go. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I don't think so personally, but you could definitely go with that. It's a very, very, very strong squad, we'll say that. It's a very strong squad. Do you think Gyökeres is as nailed as Saka? No. No. I don't think so. How do I send team a rate? I don't do team ratings on a deadline stream, sadly, mate. Try focus on answering questions mainly. I would never get through everyone's team as well. Tobias said, is Haaland, Pedro and Beto a good strike force? I would say so. I'm not too keen on Beto myself, though. I think it's a bit of a risky pick to start the season with. Orange Apple says, you want some roses on TikTok? Ewan sent more than enough gifts on TikTok today, but I appreciate Orange Apple if you do want to send some gifts. That's completely fair. Tate says, Bruno or Wirtz? See, this is probably the hardest pick that I'm dealing with right now, is do I have Bruno Fernandes or Florian Wirtz on my team? I think at the moment I'm on Bruno. And obviously he's not in the squad here. Maybe I should move things around for you guys. Who was it? Dingra. And Yao Pedro. To Evan Nielsen. Yeah, we'll leave it like that for now. We'll leave it like that for now, guys. Owen, I see you in chat, bro. Feels like forever. It has been forever. And I want to know if you're playing FPL this year, because you said in a recent video that you weren't playing this year. Just another Andy on YouTube says, sells Dubravka, Concert, Anderson, Frimpong, Murillo, Porro, Palmer, Bruno, Wirtz, Reiners, Ruter, Gyökeres, Watkins, Yao Pedro, bench boost, game week 2. Bloody hell, that's a strong bench boost, bro. That's a strong bench boost. Who do I get instead of Beto? Will get more funds. It depends how much you've got to buy. So let me know in the chat how much you'd have. Who is that sending all the roses there on TikTok? Oh my goodness. This is crazy. 117 roses. Thank you very, very much on TikTok. Ewan says, I am now. Maybe not as serious because there's no money on the line. Yes, I remember. You. It was Orange Apple sending the roses on TikTok. Thank you very much, Orange Apple. I appreciate that, man. What was I saying there? Yeah, Owen, you won a bit of money in your mini league last year, didn't you? Hashit says, sells Munoz, Nico Williams, Van der Ven, Livramento. Ooh, Livramento, I've not seen this pick yet. Bruno, Kudus, Palmer, Cunha, Yao Pedro, Haaland, please rate. I like it, it's different. Maybe aim for top 10k again, nothing shabby. Mate, you can definitely do it, mate. You're very good at FPL, bro. You're very, very good. You should be in this chair here. FPL coach Ethan's in the chat, everyone. Here he is. Hello, mate. How you doing, bro? Does 117 roses get me insider knowledge? Orange apple, it just might. It just might. Love the content, mate. Appreciate that, FPL coach Ethan. Everyone on TikTok chat right now, go follow FPL coach Ethan. Such a great content creator for FPL. Go follow him. Ahmad on YouTube says, and would you rather have Endai Semenyo, Sanchez, or Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Bruno, and Verbruggen? I'd probably rather have the variation with Bruno Fernandes. No, the man in the chair is irreplaceable. I've seen him sweaty on the treadmill, says Owen. You have indeed, bro. My little exercise bike. Mate, that day was brutal, like, I can't lie. I'm straight, but if I wasn't, golly gosh. Lads, at this point, it's not even FPL content. It's grinder. No Haaland, mate. You're not back him, says Riley. I do back him. He's just a lot of money. He's not particularly within my plans for the first few game weeks. Let me sub to the YouTube. Guys, get on sub to the YouTube. Be the early ones before Mogs gets big. Thank you very much, FPL coach Ethan. Thank you very much, man. But yeah, guys, on TikTok, if you want to go subs to the YouTube channel, let's see if we can hit maybe 900 subs on YouTube. Let's try to do it, boys. Let's try to do it. Just another Andy on YouTube says, until we see how Cunha performs, Verts is a better bet. I would agree. I would agree, man. I think starting FPL with a more safe squad and understanding that, you know, you're minimizing risk and you can add risks to your team as we go is probably the better way to play. You can play it however you want, of course, have fun with the game, but you know, we've got to be careful with these things. Owen said I've gone Haaland over Salah. Yeah, I was thinking about it, but I think I'll start with Salah this season. Potentially free hitting in what game week? Free hitting in game week 6. I might free hit in game week 6. Neil on YouTube says, hey bro, Murillo and Kieran Dewsbury Hall, or Nico Williams and Reinders. I'll probably go Nico Williams and Reinders. Reinders is still a great choice to sit on the bench. Yeah, you could keep him on the bench. I think game week 1, you could definitely play him. How confident are you with your team? This isn't my final team, guys. Just as a heads up, it's not my final team. I'm still waiting. I believe there is another press conference that we're waiting on right now. Yeah, I think there is. Is it City? I can't quite remember. Let's have a look. There's someone we're waiting on. I can't remember who it is, but we're waiting on someone for a bit of team news. 117 roses and Moog still ain't telling me if I should go Murillo or Poro. I reckon go Poro, orange apple. I reckon go Poro. I think he's a really great pick to start the season. He's one of Night Manager's top picks to start the season as well. So I think I'll be starting the season with Pedro Porro. Are you going to be showing us your team before the deadline? I'll show you bits and bobs as we go through. Of course, this is the team currently. But I'll slowly make adjustments to it as we go through. At the moment, I think this is roughly what I'm on. But Anderson would be going. I'm a bit unsure. I tell you what, I'll tell you about this. I'm unsure on my goalkeeper, Frimpong, Anderson, Evan Nielsen, Ronaldo, Richards. Those are the players I'm mainly not 100% on. So we'll change them as we go through. What do you think about Sarr from Spurs? Yeah, definitely a player I'm considering. Definitely a player. Merson has sent his team on YouTube. Dubravka, Dorgo, Ronaldo. I actually really like that team, mate. Because yes, Kukurea is owned quite heavily, like in the game, but for active managers, like people who are watching content and doing things like, making transfers every single week, Cucurella doesn't seem to be in too many teams. So I like that team, bro. Feels like Frimpong's a rotation risk. I don't think so. I think the opposite. We didn't see any... we didn't see any pictures of Conor Bradley within training. Pardon me. So I do think Frimpong's minutes have gone up, which I'm quite happy about. Is Reinders too good to be the 8th attacker and sit on the bench every single week? With your particular draft, no, because you've got no Salah, no Haaland, so your whole team is just stacked. But yes, I don't think it's a bad shout. Why Porro over Murillo? I need some persuading because I've got Murillo for ages and I don't want to swap lol. I just think, I don't know, the fixtures are great for Spurs. I think if he's on all of the set pieces apart from pens, quite attacking, I really don't mind the pick. If you're looking for a more consistent safe pick, go Murillo, 100%. You have to understand as well, Porro's got Man City game week 2, so you're probably going to have to bench him for that unless you want to play him. Owens put a team in chat here. He's got Sanchez, Munoz, Tarkovsky, Aina, Diouf, Bruno Fernandes, Iliman Ndiaye, Morgan Gibbs White, Palmer, Haaland. That is really nice. Ollie Watkins as well at the end. That is a really good team, actually, with Haaland. Apologies, I've missed your chat on YouTube. Liam Hamilton, Concert or Richards for 4.5 as a bench option to rotate with Diouf. Let's have a look at the rotation there. To rotate with Chiefs, so you're probably going to want one to... I would say Aston Villa because their fixtures are all around pretty good after game week 1. I would say that. Thoughts on Ekitike, captain? Oh my. It's not a bad punt. It isn't. It really isn't. It really isn't. I think going any Liverpool player isn't a bad shout, but Salah is the safest because he's probably going to be on pens. Yeah, that's where I'd go with that. John Smart on TikTok says Marmoush or Bruno for game week 1. For game week 1, Marmoush because he's got a better fixture, but for a more consistent pick over the next few weeks, I'd probably go with Bruno Fernandes. Fred on TikTok says, Forest getting Luis. I know this is just a random team at the moment. I'm going to be making changes to it. But, yes. Maybe we should make a change now because people are probably going to ask that question. Leave that there for now. I'm going to do it, you mad bastard. Nice orange apple. A dinger, bro, is so cooked. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm cooking. Maybe I'm cooked. Who knows? These content creators, though. Oh my god, these content creators, bro. Yeah, what about them, bro? Kudus or Sarr? Probably Kudus. Probably Kudus. I think Sarr's really interesting one with the defensive contribution points because he'd be more consistent. But, yeah. No way, bro. I have a Dinger too. He's so underrated. Yeah, I think he's a bit underrated as well. But I might not start the season with him. What's the rating? I don't use Fantasy Football Hub, mate. I don't particularly enjoy their rating system. I was partnered with them last season, and I wasn't too impressed, to be honest. Frimpong, massive risk. Tell me why, Simon. Tell me why. Being all summer and no new trim mogs. End of season, you said you were going to switch it up. I mean, it is switched up a little bit, but it's not as near different. It really isn't. Fantasy Football Hub is a scam, not going to lie. I don't think it's a scam. I'll say that. I've worked with them in the past. I do think the services are pretty decent in terms of the tools they offer. But the transfers they give you to do every single week, I I tried to use them and promote them in content last season. I really wasn't impressed with it, so yeah, I'll say nothing more on that. Is Lacroix worth it over Richards? I like Richards a bit more than Lacroix, Jack. Is it bad that I'm playing a 5-4-1? No, I think it's viable. Is Tossen good or not? I think for the first 3 weeks, yes. The first 3 weeks, I feel as though Tossen could be decent. But then you may be planning a transfer if Chelsea go ahead and make business in the transfer window, which they're not exactly frightened to do. So I'd just be careful of that you're maybe going to transfer him out in a few weeks' time. Is Williams from Nottingham Forest a good pick or someone else for 5 mil? No, I think that's a good pick. Fantasy Football Hub have fave players. For example, I had Palmer and the team was rated 91. Yeah, I just don't agree with their rating system. Simple as that. You can pick whoever you'd like. As long as you have justification why you're picking them and it's a smart pick, it's completely fine. Kudus a solid pick. I think he could be alright. Do you think Cherky is nailed, says Keith? I don't think he's nailed, no. I've got Sesko up front. Are you a Man United fan? Fulham and Wolves rotate well, says Mohammed Arim. Best Wolves defender, for me, it would be Agbadou. Does Frimpong start? I think so, Adam. I think so. Do you not think Murillo's DEFCON is going to return better than Porro's attack and returns? I think Pedro Porro could have both attack and returns and defensive contributions. Orange Apple, that's why he's in my team personally. Harshit says, no one picking Cherokee. Boss might be a big impact player. He could be a nice differential player. He could be, but I just think it's a bit too risky for how I like to play. We'll say that. Is Wissa injured? No. He just doesn't want to play for Brentford anymore. Yeah, I think he'll end up going to Newcastle. We'll see what happens with Isak though. You never know. But yeah, is Richard as nailed with Conference League playoffs? Yes, I think so. I think we look at these extra fixtures and go, oh my god, midweek fixtures. There's going to be massive rotating. It's just the start of the season, It's when we get towards the end of the season where we see more rotation like that. But, yeah. Are you Brentford then? Don't be silly, bro. Sunderland, mate. Don't be silly. Ekatike to start or nah. I don't mind him as a pick at all. I really don't. I just think I like having a bit more money in my midfield. 3 Sunderland players is absurd. Okay. I'm not going to start with 3 Sunderland players. This is just a random team, but sure. Thoughts on Pickford? Yeah, nice. I like Pickford. 5.5, bit more expensive now, but, pretty good. Yeah, I think what I will probably start with instead of 3 Sunderland players, for everyone who's complaining, is probably Rodon. Is this a good team, says Adam on YouTube. Yes, I think that's quite a good team with Haaland in. Obviously, no, going without Salah, but you've got yourself a Haaland there. You've got another premium. I think it's a good option. Top 3, 4.5 defenders. Ooh. Chris Richards. I like Dorgu. I really like Dorgu. Who else do I quite like? It's definitely another one I'm missing. Who the hell am I missing? Anderson from Fulham. Yeah, Anderson from Fulham. He's up there as well. City fan says Adam. That's why I went with Erling. Look, that's completely fine, man. That's completely fine. I don't think Erling Haaland's a bad pick at all. I'd love to have Haaland, but I don't think I can get an extra 10 million in the game, sadly. Maybe if I DM fantasy football and just say, Please give me an extra 10 million. They might do, but we never know. Why Richards over Gahey? Gahey has some transfer speculation around going to Liverpool. I don't want to deal with that in a few weeks' time if that does happen. There you go. No City players, laughing face. Yep, not at the moment. I could go with Reinders though. Haaland is a must-have, bro. If you can give me the spare money, I would more than happy get Haaland in. Mohammed says, is this a good team? I like the Agbadu pick. Yeah, I like the squad, man. I like the squad. Adingra's going to score 50 this year. You never know, man. 50 points that probably is, but I'm joking. We'll see how he does. I think he's a pretty nice player. I liked that about 2 seasons ago. I owned him as a differential. Really nice. Reckon Tosson is nailed from what Maresca said. I think he's nailed for 3 weeks, 4 weeks' time. I do think Chelsea will do business in the transfer window to get another centre-back in. We'll see how things go, though. I do think he's a decent pick at 4.5. Just a little bit risky. Just a little bit risky. Chris with the question there. Or Ekatike and Juve. Already have Van der Ven. Yeah, I'd maybe consider Ekatike there. My why Murillo over Nico Williams. I think he's better for defensive contributions, and I'm happy to pay the extra 0.5 million. Is Anderson that good? He's all right. He is, but I'm just a bit cautious now for us to hyping things up in the transfer window for midfielders that his minutes will be reduced. So I might go away from Forrest Anderson. If you're talking about Fulham's Anderson, I think he's quite good as well. Who's the best £5 million defender? I'd say Williams. Dewsbury Hall and Porro, or Ndai and Romero. Dewsbury Hall and Porro I'd probably go for. You bench boosting? Nope. Not for me. I like the idea of a bench boost, but I think for the amount of points you're probably going to get from it, it's not worth just making a full squad to start with for that strategy, if that makes sense. I think if my bench looks good in a few weeks' time and I want to do it, I'll go and do it. Kindly discuss Reinders, Rogers, Porro, and Nori. Reinders, great option. I like him. Cheap, cheerful. Could he be more defensive in the absence of Rodri? Yes. Does that mean more defensive contribution points? Probably, but it means less attacking output. I think he's a decent pick. Rogers, I think it's a great pick to start the season with. It just seems hard to fit him in, being 7 million. In my draft, it seems I'm always 0.5 short on a Rogers. For Porro, I think Porro speaks for himself. I think a lot of people will start the season with him. But if you do want a cheaper option, I think Van der Ven's perfectly fine. Who was the last player? Aït-Nouri. I think Aït-Nouri's fine to start the season with. Just be aware that, Pep Roulette exists and that could bite you in the arse in a few weeks' time. We had any updates on anything? I'm not too sure. I need to have a little check on Twitter and stuff. Or X, or whatever you want to call it. Orange Apple. Why is the internet just went down? Or, tried to go down. I think we're back. Orange Apple says Watkins and a 4.5 or 4.5 mid, or Rodgers and Strand Larson / Welbeck. Rodgers and Strand Larson I'd probably go for. I don't think there's any good 4.5 millions that you want to start the season with. Sell Salah for Haaland trust. No thanks. Sorry, mate. I'm not too big of a fan of starting with Haaland. It's viable, completely viable, but yeah. Where to send team? I'm not doing any ratings, bro. Not on a deadline stream. Sorry, bro. Bradley will start ahead of Frimpong first game, I reckon. Bradley hasn't even been pictured in training, mate. So that'll be very surprising for me personally. Yeah, I don't think Bradley will start the season. Daniel on YouTube says Reinders, Anderson, Papsar. At the moment, I would say the order for them is, for me, Reinders, Papsar, Anderson. In terms of best to worst. They're all great, though. No Arsenal defender. Saliba is not good value. Saliba is good value. I'm just not choosing to start with him. I think there's more upside in Frimpong currently. Is 0.5 in the bank worth it? I'm on bench boost game week 5. It could be. Depends what sort of you hung up on in terms of your squad. Because can you reach up, if you've got a 5.5 mid, can you reach up to a 6? Maybe that looks like Ruta, Jorginho Ruta. Persuade me for why I should go for a cooked 48-year-old Mo Salah over a fresh, elegant, agile Ekitike. I mean, he broke the FPL points record last season. He's had 8 seasons in a row where he's got over 200 points. Last season, breaking the record with 344 points. He's on pens. Plays for the best team in England currently in Liverpool Football Club. Do I need to say much more about Salah? Do I? What do you think about Watkins? What do I think about Marmoush? Sorry, says Hatch on TikTok. I think he's a good option. I've just been struggling to reach up to him in my personal drafts. Marmoush, yes, sorry, I meant Marmoush. Callum says Ndai or Rogers. I feel like Salah will drop off this season. Hope I'm wrong. I just don't think there is ever going to be a Salah drop-off. I think there will be a slight drop-off from the performance in FPL last season, yes. But yeah. Yeah, last season, if I was building my FPL team for last season, then yeah, I would probably go for Salah. Bro got 0 points this season so far. Awful return. Oh, I see, Orange Apple, I see. So why have you picked Murillo in your team? Forest were a good defence last year. They're going to be this year. Have a Palmer, Haaland, Salah draft. Other players are Murphy, Welbeck, Wirtz, and a 4.5 defender. Murphy? You went for Murphy. That's interesting. Evan Nielsen is injured. Is he? I haven't seen anything about this. It's probably because I'm too busy reading chat to look at the news. I don't think he is injured. Not gonna lie, bro. Could be wrong, but please let me know. Murillo's got a good trim, so gonna pick him. Orange Apple says Murillo got a good trim. Nice. Best 4.5 defenders for DEFCON. What I'll do is I'll bring up my table for yous. What would it be on? Google Drive. He's ready to look at a screen, an Excel sheet, and be just so happy with your life, because this is what we're doing right now, boys. Position, clear, select all, okay. Web name, select all, okay. Right. So, we've had a question about who is the best 4.5 million defender for DEFCON. So, let's have a look at this. Midfielder for DEFCON. Sort, filter by values. Clear. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, these are the best defenders apparently for DEFCON points. You ready? There we go. Anderson, top. Senesi, Danzo, and then a few others. Agbadu as well. So yeah, it would really be Anderson has the best DEFCON points. Thoughts on Peter Andre for DEFCON points? That'd be an interesting FPL pick, Orange Apple. It really would be. Josh Biggs says, is Van Dijk a good defender to have? Yeah, I think he's decent. I really do think he's decent. A solid option to start the season with. Cucurella or Virgil van Dijk? Virgil van Dijk. Well, Mogs, how's it going, brother? Bench boost for myself today. Nice to see you back, man. Nice to see you back. Evan Barker says, thoughts on how Gary will go on the wing. I think he'll be absolutely nuts, mate. I might have to get him in. Fulkrug question mark says Luke W. Yeah, I don't mind him. What was I doing here? I was going to get rid of Evan Nielsen and go up to Yao Pedro. We'll leave it like that. I'm not doing team ratings. Sorry, mate. Let's focus on answering questions today. Verts captain. I don't mind it. What was I gonna do? I've got a. Where is my poll? I was gonna put a poll on TikTok. See if I can still do it. Right. There's a poll on TikTok. Go vote who your favourite captain is. Where is my TikTok thing? There it is. There we go. Go vote your favourite captain on TikTok. Let's see who gets the most votes here. You reckon Salah and Haaland at once is mad? No, if your team's balanced, I think it's completely fine. Completely fine. Orange Apple has said, thoughts on Bowen, Fulkrug and Danny Dyer triple captain versus Sunderland. Mate, you're gonna get your mod removed. Benny says Richarlison hat-trick game week 1. Do you reckon, bro? You reckon, man? I have to say I'm a bit surprised that not many people have Ekatike. I am as well. I think it's because of the popular options in Gyökeres and Watkins at 9 million. Not many people are going for the 8.5 price tag. I do think he's a completely sound option to start the season with. I really do. Frimpong or Tarkovsky? Frimpong. What do you think of Marlon? I wouldn't start the season with him, but if you want a risky pick, you could consider him. Is Gyökeres worth the risk? I think so. I just prefer Watkins, personally. Thoughts on Sanchez, Dubravka, Murillo, Porro, Anderson, Richards, Esteve. I don't know how he actually pronounce his name. Wirtz, Palmer, Fernandes, Gakpo, Reinders, Gyökeres, Pedro Porro. No, not Pedro Porro. Yao Pedro, Watkins. I don't mind that, Jack, with the strategy in mind. Who do Palace have game 2? Forest. I don't know if bench boost 2, would that work well in terms of fixtures, Jack? Who would your bench have as fixtures? Because Richards will have Forest. I'm not too sure I like that. Just had a question on YouTube. Mogs, what would you do if you walked in and your bird was wearing a full Lewis Dunk kit? What would I do? The things I wouldn't do, Orange Apple, I should probably start with, because that would be an interesting sight to see. Ahmed H on TikTok says, "Nice to see you, man. Tinkering with my team now." I'm doing the exact same, bro. Hopefully by around maybe 40 minutes time, I'll be a bit closer at my draft. I haven't really considered moving anyone else around so far, but we'll see. We'll see what we do. I do think my team will change. Verts for Bruno. Yeah, it could save me 0.5 as well. Is Adingra a good pick? Will he play a 90? He should play a 90. Our other left winger in Romain Mundle is injured, and I don't think he will play for a few weeks. Jack says 2 Burnley players against Sunderland, Reinders and Anderson. To be fair, that's not a bad bench, actually. That's not a bad pick. Bench, sorry. Yeah, I actually don't mind that bench boost too then, Jack. I really don't. I think away from home, Sunderland might struggle. We normally do quite well at home, but then away we did quite well in the Championship. It depends how we deal with the Premier League. It's hard to say. And obviously going with picks like Adingra on my team is going to be a risk, but is Mark Guay going to play in a few weeks' time? Yeah, I would imagine so. He's been in training already. Why is no one talking about Chris Wood? Forest just haven't had a good pre-season. They've scored 1 goal. Yeah, I think that's the main reason. Chris Wood isn't a player that really hauls either. What would you do if you walked into the bedroom and your bird was Lewis Dunk? Now, that would be a different one. I don't think I would like that. I'm going Ekatike, captain. Call me a madman. Orange Apple, you're a madman. You got what you wanted. Nah, I don't mind it. I don't. No one's talking about Harry Wilson. 3 goals in the last 2 games. People were talking about Harry Wilson, but then Fulham started doing business for a new right winger, which will take his minutes down. We'll see how the business goes, but to start with, Harry Wilson could be okay. The fixtures aren't exactly amazing, though. What happened with Gvardiol? I actually don't know the full details, but I'm happy to find out for you. Where's Man City? Let's get the notes up. It's probably easier to just refresh this page. Chelsea, City gonna be. Gvardiol, where's the news? Apparently, he hasn't said much else. It's just Gvardiol is out with injury. That's all he said in this press conference. Apparently, with Rodri, for those who have Reinders, he's coming back soon. His knee is perfect, so that could mean multiple different things for the minutes for him as well. Who should I replace Gvardiol for? If you want a City player, you could go Aït-Nouri. If you want a different defender, it depends who else you have to sort of complement fixture-wise. Want a bench out of Bruno, Kieran Jusby Hall, Kudus, and Mateta. Ooh. I mean, for game week 1, you'd probably bench Mateta, wouldn't you? But Mateta versus... Do you know what? Yeah, I would agree with Orange Apple, actually. I'll go Kieran Jusby Hall there. A lot of unknowns about them, aren't they? A lot of unknowns. Harshit says, I'm so confused on Wirtz or Cunha. For me, Wirtz is the clear option there. I can understand looking at last season why you think Cunha is a really great sort of rivalry there, but I do think Wirtz is clear of Mateus Cunha, sadly. Sanchez and net or Cucurella. I think Sanchez and net's a perfectly fine thing to start with. George on TikTok says Haaland or Saka vice captain. Haaland. Depends who your main captain is, but Haaland's the one I would captain out of those two. Why not use 3 strikers? I think having more money in my midfield is going to be better in terms of getting points in the first few game weeks. Jokes aside, would you captain Vert or Ekitike? I'd go Vert instead of Ekitike. Salah is main and Haaland vice. Yeah, I think so. Best 7.5 million attacker. Forward attacker. Probably Mateta. I quite like Mateta. Why is no one talking about Mbeumo like he wasn't in everyone's team last season? The difference is he doesn't have penalties anymore. He scored a lot of penalties for Brentford, and he doesn't play for Brentford anymore. He plays for Manchester United. I think there are a lot of uncertainties about this new Manchester United team. So I think it's completely fine. People aren't too happy with going Mbeumo at the start of the season. I do think he'll turn into a pretty good asset, though. Just feels a bit risky to start the season with. Do you get what I mean? Benched youth or the Kuiper? The Kuiper. The Kuiper. However the hell you say it. I'd probably bench him game week 1. Great answer, says R-Wave. I'm guessing you're talking about the Mbeumo pick there. But thank you very much, man. Cucurella and Verbruggen or Sanchez and Porro. Sanchez and Porro. Endai or Kudus, says Charlie. Probably go Kudus. I think there's more upside there. Bit more risk, potentially. Yeah, I'd go Kudus. Should I just keep 0.5 in the bank to be flexible then? Yeah, I think if it's going to help you potentially in the next few weeks, you could keep 0.5 there. I think one season I kept 0.5 in the bank, and it worked all right. Was it last season or season? Last season or the season before, I kept 0.5, and it actually was quite helpful. And I had a draft with both Salah and Haaland. But yeah, is Pedro guaranteed game time? I think he'll start the majority of Chelsea games. I think there is risk with Liam Delap, though. I'll be quite frank and honest with you there. So it is a bit of a risk there, but I do think he's completely fine. Fulkrug opinions, says Toby. Toby, I don't know, man. The thing with Fulkrug is Callum Wilson now plays there, so maybe that takes some minutes off Fulkrug. But West Ham just aren't a team where I'm like so excited to be picking their players. I think to start the season, maybe we can do a bit better by going for a 6.5 million in like Strand Larson or someone like that. My nose. Gone with Sarr as well, bit of a risk. Yeah, I think he's a bit of a risk, but I quite like it. Who do you support? Sunderland, mate. Sunderland. Do you think Beto starts? I do think he starts game week 1. We'll see what happens with that, though, because he might leave the club, doesn't he? Sorry, I'm a bit behind on questions on YouTube here. Best of luck, mate. Cheers, mate. Cheers. Appreciate that. Ops on Blackburn Rovers. Yeah, I don't mind them. I don't mind Blackburn Rovers. I don't mind them. I used to really like what was his name? Morgan Gamspedson. I used to watch a lot of him when I was a kid. But yeah. Ops on Morecambe. Yeah, Toby, you'll have to fill us in what the crack is with Morecambe, because it just seems like an absolute stinker. That's not your team. It's not. It's a work in progress is what it is. I don't think I'll start with who was I not think I wasn't quite sure about Sarr, but I do think he's an okay option. I might see if I can get Jorginho Ruta instead of Sarr. Is Van Dijk a good pick? Yeah, I think he's a safe pick to start the season. Is a 4.5 million defender on the bench a must, or can I downgrade to a 4 million and have 3 stinkers on the bench to upgrade one starting defender to a banger? I mean, if you get an injury and then your bench is absolute full of stinkers, then you're not going to enjoy your life. I'll say that. But it's an okay strategy. I did it last season to get Haaland and Salah in. Why is everyone picking Sanchez when he made a lot of mistakes last season? FPL isn't based on individual performance. It's based on points you get from in-game actions. A lot of players, you might think, I don't like this player, but they score good FPL points. It's just how it works. I think the Chelsea defence is completely fine to pick from. They were the best. They were the 7th best team in terms of expected goals conceded last season, so I don't think they're a bad defence at all. But I agree, Sanchez did make a lot of mistakes last season. Answer me, bro. Crystal Palace or Dorgu and Greenlish. Yeah, Crystal Palace is a good pick. You'll need to get fixing soon, as the site will most definitely crash early, as it has every year. Yeah, I know. I'm going to try get my team sorted in the next sort of 20 minutes or so. I'm just too busy answering everyone's questions. I'm not even focusing on my team. But yeah, we've got plenty of time. It's literally only a few decisions I need to make. I used to watch a lot of Megan Fox when I was a kid, but Moogs, whatever floats your boat, I guess. Yeah, I used to watch a lot of Match of the Day. No, I'm joking. Fucking OG Transformers is the one, the absolute one. Discuss Nottingham Forest defenders and Munoz. We'll start with Forest defenders. I think Forest defenders are completely fine to start the season with. I would be cautious in terms of the quote that was received today. I'll see if I can find the exact quote. Basically, Nuno really wasn't happy with how pre-season has went for Forest, so it's maybe something to consider that he isn't personally happy, the manager, but I think they're completely fine. What do you think about Dorgu and Greenlish? I don't like Greenlish to start the season. I like Dorgu to start the season. I think Dorgu's decent. Kudus or Sarr? Probably Sarr. Bit safer. Munoz was the other player Mohammed wanted me to discuss. Munoz, for the start of the season, is a bit iffy. The only reason that being is because of the 3 opening fixtures. When you get to game week 4, a lot of people will start to bring in Munoz. So just be ready for that, is what I'll say. Salah or Vert? Salah. Sanchez and Nico, or a 4.5 goalkeeper and Frimpong? Probably a 4.5 goalkeeper and Frimpong if you can get a good rotation. Mogs, give me your login and I'll sort your team out whilst you answer these questions. Bro, we've got time. It's okay. It's literally only a few decisions on like some budget players and stuff. I've got a list of players that I'm interested in, but you don't need to see that on screen. It's Reinders, Sarr, Kudus, Marmouche. Who else is on that list? I'll try to find it. Yeah, I've got a list of people on my watch list, so don't worry about me, Orange Apple. I'm all good, bro. I promise. Cherky or Kudus? Kudus is a safer pick there, but Cherky, you know what? It is a bit of a punt for minutes, I would say, just to start the season, but I don't mind it. It's just how risky do you want to go, bro? How risky are you feeling to start the season? I'm not feeling really risky to start the season, but I might have 1 or 2 in my team. That could be your one. I'm just going to try read a bit of news to keep myself up to date with things. Okay. Ain't Nori or Kukureya? Probably go with Kukureya. Ekatike question mark. Yeah, I don't mind him as a pick. Do you think Tosun will start for Chelsea? I do. I think he'll start for like 3 weeks. You could go for him, but just be aware in the next few weeks you're probably going to have to transfer him out. Why no Haaland? I like Salah better, is the short answer to that. Crap weight is it's Sanchez and Murillo or a 4.5 goalkeeper and Frimpong. I'll probably go Sanchez and Murillo then. I just like Murillo that little bit better. Why Sarr not Kudus? I think Sarr is a bit of a safer pick there. What's the logic behind going Salah over Haaland given the fixture comparison? I'm planning to start with Haaland, then transferring back to Salah in game week 4. Okay, so if you're planning to go back to Salah in game week 4, what's your plan for game week 6 when Haaland has Burnley? Is what I would respond to that with. I think in terms of fixtures, you've got, yes, difficult ones opening for Liverpool there. Bournemouth, Newcastle and Arsenal. I do think Bournemouth's a really nice fixture. I think in comparison to the away fixture for Wolves, I think it's a similar difficulty there. Tottenham for City and Newcastle for Liverpool. I think City win out that fixture there. I think City win out this fixture here. And then it goes Liverpool. I think they get them 2 fixtures in terms of fixture difficulty. And then obviously Burnley for Manchester City in game week 6 when I'm thinking of possibly free hitting. So that's kind of why I want to go Salah. I do think they're better fixtures for Salah in comparison. You might disagree. I personally think that. But I don't think it's a bad shout to start with Haaland. I'll say that again. I don't. I just think Salah for me is a little bit better. A lot of new players for City as well. We'll see how they gel. I think Liverpool's new players will gel a lot faster than City's. That's my kind of guessing. Palmer or Verts cap? Verts. I have made the switch. Pedro to Ekatike. Nice, bro. Nice. Williams or Milenkovic? Milenkovic for me. Nico, Bruno, Saka and Watkins or Van de Ven, Gakpo, Rodgers, Haaland? Van de Ven, Gakpo, Rodgers, Haaland. Who do you reckon the best 4.5 keeper is? Who do I think it is? I would say Kelleher, but there are injury doubts there, so I'd probably go with Petrovic. It just is a bit difficult because he starts game week 1 with Liverpool, so you're probably not going to want to play him there. So then you'd maybe pair him with another 4.5 or perhaps a 4 million in Dubravka and play Dubravka, but Dubravka might not play first game either. I'm not rating teams, sorry bro. Kelleher is going to be back. Do you think, Ben? I might have missed something from the press conference, but I hope he is back. So the quote from the press conference is, Kelleher is back on grass. Whether they'll be ready, we'll see over the next day or so and make that decision. So if he's only just got back on grass now, I'm not too sure. Andres has confirmed it. What I'm seeing here from the press conference notes, it hasn't been confirmed. It's confirmed that he's back on grass. If there's any update to that, do pop me in the right direction, but I'm not too sure. Will Castagna start? I wouldn't go for Castagna. I think if you're choosing that kind of route, I'd go Anderson. 6.5 million for a midfielder. I like Kudus a lot for 6.5. I like Sarr a lot as well. I think they're maybe my two favourites. Yeah. Gakpo and Haaland, or Salah and Strand Larsen. Ooh. Out of those, I'll probably say Salah and Strand Larsen, I'll be honest with you, bro. Van de Ven or Diouf for game week 1. Van de Ven. Why are you choosing Yao Pedro over Mateta? I'm kind of trying to avoid the fixture clash between Sanchez and Mateta for game week 1, but I might go Mateta over him. I don't know, I'm just a bit cautious on Eze leaving Palace in the next few weeks, and then I'm stuck with Mateta, who I'm probably going to have to transfer out. And by then, we might see Liam Delap a little bit more in the Premier League. I don't know. Maybe I'm just overthinking it a bit. Nah, the Salah Glaze is insane. Best 6 million defender. Oh, God. Do you know what? I'll probably go with Frimpong. I think that's who makes sense to me. Dewsbury Hall and Bruno, or Rodgers and Semenyo. Dewsbury Hall and Bruno. For fuck's sake, Orange, he's going to be washed this season. Will Sesko start? I don't know enough about Sesko right now to give you an answer for that. So I'll say I'm not too sure on it, because I haven't seen any information that puts me in the idea that he is starting. So we'll leave it there. Frimpong's minutes aren't secured, IMO. Why do you think so, Will? Why do you think so? Why do you think so, man? Do forgive me, gentlemen, but I'm going to have a little bit of a play with my team right now. I've answered a lot of questions for the past, however long I've been on stream. 1.5 hours-ish. Just give me 2 seconds to have a little quick team shuffle. I want to make sure I'm locked in. Frimpong or Virgil van Dijk? Frimpong. Bradley could be fit. So I think most game weeks he'll get 60 to 70 game weeks, or will be subs. Bradley hasn't been pictured in any training photos for Liverpool, so that's why I think Frimpong's a bit nailed. More nailed than people think. Trying to get 3 or 4 eyes. Yeah, I don't think you'll change my opinion on Salah, bro. Sorry. Yeah, it's all love, man. Minte or Ruta, who do you think's better? Ruta, Jorginho, Ruta. Mogs, I heard Isak is nailed for starting tomorrow for Liverpool, maybe. Yeah, he's a no-go for a while, isn't he? He's a no-go for a while, gentlemen. I can't lie. Who do I want in the midfield? Why Sarr? I'm just tinkering around with my team at the moment. What do you think of Kirkes? I think Frimpong's better. Do you like Gyökeres? Yes. I do. Best 6.5. Strand Larsen. I think Strand Larsen is very good. Orange Apple, stop trolling me about Salah. Stop it. Mark Guay is insane value. I think in the first few weeks he could be. I don't think he'll start game week 1. Bench boost this week? No. Not for me. Captain Saka. Not first game week, no. How come you think Guay won't start game week 1? He's only just got in training. Only just got in training, so for me, I think my ender will start game week 1. Yeah. Jack Greenish question mark? Nah. Not to start. Salazar Sanchez, Sanchez. Thoughts on Sar's minutes? Good. Good. Very good. Bowen a good pick? Yeah. Why no Haaland? Not got the money. I've not got the money. Should I get Wirtz? Should I get Florian Wirtz in my FPL team, boys? Should I do it? Saka's too nice, so Gyökeres will get pens. Yeah, Saka will just give us pens away anyway. He loves it. Salah is gonna blank, is he? Maybe I shouldn't pick him. Mateta, Kudus, Van de Ven, or Solanke, Anderson, and Pedro Porro. Mateta, Kudus, and Van de Ven. Just because Solanke isn't exactly 100% fit, is he? So I would just think slightly about that, because it could be a risk he doesn't start against Burnley. Bowen or Yao Pedro for the price? Yao Pedro. Why not Sells and goal? I think the Nottingham Forest defenders have much more value for money than the keeper because of the defensive contribution points. Orange Apple says Watkins or Gyökeres already have Saka. Watkins. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oops. What time are we on? We're almost an hour away. Oh my god. Oh my god. You just made me make 3 changes. Sorry, bro. Waiting for Mogs to agree to a single option I've made so far. I mean, you're on a different draft to me, Orange Apple, so maybe my opinions are always going to be a bit different. So I do apologise. I do, but yeah. I don't know. I'm just not too keen on no Salah, no Haaland. Thoughts on Beto's minutes? Good for game week 1. Past that, completely up in the air, in my opinion. I think you'll play against Leeds because Leeds are a physical player like Beto up front. Oh, we've had some Wi-Fi issues. I do apologise. I think we're back. Have I fixed it? I think I fixed it. We've got an hour to go. Thoughts on Minte as a differential? Good. I like him. 6 million cheap, but maybe I like Jorginho Ruta a little bit better, mate. A little bit better. Heard Salah missed the bus on the way to the stadium, so won't be available. No. I am really tempted by Haaland, but downgrading Saka and Bruno seems like a recipe for disaster. Yeah, I wouldn't downgrade Bruno. I'd downgrade Saka, though. Why Murillo as a Forest defender? I think there's big value within Murillo as the Forest defender. You've also got Milenkovic at the same price, who I think offers massive, massive value. I like them a lot. I do. Mogs, I heard Durham recently got 3G, so hopefully... Yeah, we've only just got a 3G network, mate. Can I have some help? Yeah, drop a question in the chat, Antonio. Drop it down. More than happy to answer anyone's questions. Just drop them in the chat, guys. I've Haaland, Palmer, and Salah in my team. Is that stupid? No, if you're happy with it, you're happy with it, man. Are you bench boosting? No. No, not for me. Trafford and Caicedo or Sanchez and Reinders. Sanchez and Reinders. I don't think Trafford starts game week 1. Oh, wait, no. Actually, I'm wrong about that because the... Yeah, I was reading before. Sorry. Where the hell was it? City. Where's it at? Oh, no. Yeah, this is what I found quite funny with Edison. So, Pep was asked about Edison Is he part of the travelling squad? Guardiola responded very coldly and said, apparently, yeah. So I wouldn't touch the City goalkeepers. Is Sarr good? Yes. Is Gakpo, Wirtz, and Ekitike a bit overkill? No, I don't think so. I don't think so, mate. I don't think so. Ain't Nori? Yeah, I like Ain't Nori. I do. The FPL website's so bad. It's so bad. Like, I don't know if anyone else has found this with the app and the website this year, but it's so crap. Like, it just doesn't work properly. Jack on YouTube says it could be very good, Orange, because I reckon Liverpool score a lot of goals. I agree. Namogs trolling EC. He's trying to get me crash out this season. Yeah, I'm just trying to make you crash out Orange Apple. Is Kudus good? I like Kudus. I do. Make sure you're liking the TikTok as well. Make sure you're liking the TikTok. Evie on TikTok says, ain't Nori, Virgil, or Frimpong. I think I would go with a mix of safety and risk with Frimpong. I think I'm putting Reinders in my team, but don't know who to take out and die or Dewsbury Hall. Dewsbury Hall. Thoughts on Jorginho Ruta? I like him a lot. I'm actually trying to fit him in my team right now. Torn between Pedro and Bowen. I think personally, Pedro's a safer pick. Even though the minutes could be risky, I think he's a safer pick up front for Chelsea. Rice, question mark, yeah. Why Bruno, bro? Defensive contributions mixed with attacking output, I think is a decent way to be thinking about midfielders this season. For me, Nottingham Forest defenders have good value, Mohamed. Very nice value there. Sorry, I'm just changing different tabs there. Long list: Fulkrug, Gakpo, Rogers, Porro, 2, Strand Larson. Ooh, I don't think I'd do that, Toby. No, I don't think so. Who do I remove out of Wirtz, Saka, Bruno, and Palmer to fit Gakpo in? I wouldn't remove any of them to fit Gakpo in. Maybe Saka to save money, but that's it. Marlon, a decent pick, not for me. I think there's risk there in terms of minutes. Why is my frame rate dropping like crazy? Who's like downloading something in my house? Not receiving too much video. Oh, this is not good. Would you say Bruno or Wirtz? I can't decide, so I might be having both. I'll be honest with you. But Bruno, for me, out of the two, I would go for. Apologies if I'm missing everyone's questions here. The Wi-Fi is just tanked crazy in my house. Murillo a necessity, or is Williams okay? Williams is completely okay. Alfie W says, good luck, bro. Thank you very much, Alfie. You too, bro. You too. Thanks for dropping by in the stream, man. Jamie says, I have Salah, Palmer, Greenish, Wirtz, and Harry Wilson. Is that a good midfield? Any suggestions? I would go away from Harry Wilson personally because of the business that Fulham are doing in the transfer window. I would maybe look for some other value options out there. Greenish as well. I would avoid Greenish to start the season with. If you're comfortable of starting with Greenish to start the season, you could, but I think there is a little bit of risk there in terms of minutes, and I'm not too keen on taking too many risks to start the season. I hope that makes sense. Yo, bro, got a big one I need your help with. Would you rather do Murillo and Ndai or Nico Williams with a 7 million? Depends who the 7 million is, but Murillo and Ndai is a really solid pair and really solid. Thiago at 6 million, says Will. Good option. Good option. Good option for me. What about Cherky then, bro? I'm a bit... I don't quite like Cherky as an option. I do apologise, but I'm not too keen on him. Reinder's a good pick. Yeah, he's not too bad. There are a few other options at 5.5 you could consider. I'm finna crash out. About an hour and a half ago, I was happy with this team. Now I'm trying to fit in Haaland by downgrading the entire squad. Bro, you've not got long. You've got an hour. I'm tinkering my team as well, so I do apologise if I miss some of your questions, guys. I will be getting my team locked first. I'm a bit cautious that the website will be crashing very shortly. It's not very smooth at the moment, we'll say. For my 7 million, either Neto or Gakpo. Gakpo. In that situation, again, I'd go Williams and Gakpo. To answer your question again, Spady. I swapped Reinders for Anderson. W or not? Yeah. I think Anderson for me is the best 5.5 million midfielder you can pick for defensive contributions. I think in a few weeks' time we could see more players join Nottingham Forest, which could reduce his minutes. But I think we could see the same with Reinders with that. I still think Reinders is a very, very good pick, though. I don't know. I've got Reinders and I've got Anderson in my thoughts at the moment, but Reinders is very, very, very good. Someone I'm definitely considering. Why is my Wi-Fi so bad? Bit laggy Moogs to let you know. I know, man. I don't know what it is. I've got a bit of frames dropping at the moment. I'm trying to reduce some things to sort it out, but yeah, I do apologise. It's because your chats are going too fast. Why no Ndai? I'm not too big of a fan on Ndai right now. I still think he's really solid, but for me personally, with the strategy I'm going for, I'm not too keen. I hope that makes sense. I still think he's a good pick. Will Solanke play game week 1? For me, it's too risky to tell. I would avoid. Rodgers and Ruta or Ndai and Kudus. I'd go Rodgers and Jorginho Ruta. I think I might stick with Murillo and Ndai because I just kept wondering what to do and changing it. I think that's the safer way to think about it, Spady 70. I think it really is. But I will adjust this team on screen very shortly and show you. I'm currently working on it at a different screen just to make sure I can afford it. Also have to lock it in on the FPL website. Trafford and Cucurella or Sanchez and Virgil van Dijk. Virgil van Dijk and Sanchez. Is anyone else tempted by Adingra? I'm really tempted by Simon Adingra just to play him. Why not? So why no one choose Mbeumo this season? I think it's just risky and people are wanting more safety. Lefay, I think the problem is, Will, with Lefay, I like him at 5 million, but Noah Siddique could take some of his minutes, I feel. It depends how we set up, and I'm not too keen on that. Whereas Adingra, you can kind of bench when you want as well. But it's going to be harder to because Mundell is injured right now. Haaland, Salah, Palmer. If your team looks good, Tobe, and you want to go for that, absolutely go for it, mate. Absolutely. Thoughts on Salah / Bruno to Marmoush and Nico to Porro? I'll go Saka to Marmoush and Nico Williams to Porro, yes. Yes. Xhaka worth playing if it means I can get words. Yeah, for the first 3 game weeks, but after that, no. We'll see how Sunderland adapt to the Premier League in that time as well, so maybe it'll be good after the first 3 game weeks, but it's only really those fixtures that I quite like for Sunderland. I'm scared, says Toby. You should be, bro. We've got an hour. Are you rating teams? Sadly not, bro. I don't do team ratings on deadline streams. There's not enough time. Bona Salah. Definitely. Murillo or Williams? Murillo. If you want to save money, Williams is completely fine to go with, though. And then who can I afford? Oh, this is too hard. Can I just not pick a team and just talk to you guys? Kudus question mark? Yeah, I like Kudus. Best 4.5 defender. To start each game week, best 4.5. I like Richards, but I do quite like benching him game week 1, if you can. Richards is really nice for defensive contributions. So is Anderson as well. Saka to Marmoush, Pedro to Gyökeres to cover Arsenal. Yeah, I rate that. Julian says Sarr on Spurs or Anderson on Forest. I think Sarr's a bit more of a risk, but Anderson I do quite like. Is a more safe pick. I think I'll go Anderson as a safer pick. If you're looking for a bit more risk, I think the upside of Sarr is a bit higher. I'll say that. Pedro Tarkovsky, Pedro Porro. Mbeumo or Gordon? Mbeumo. Because Gordon could be injured. Verto Fernandez. I might be getting both. But probably Bruno Fernandes. Currently trying to squeeze some players in. No West Ham players? No. I wonder why. Yeah, sorry, man. Best 4 million defender. Rodon, Ronaldo, Steve. They're the only real options. Goodmanson. Goodmanson's quite nice as well. Murillo or Williams. Murillo's got more defensive contributions. Less going forward. Williams, slightly decent defensive contributions. A bit more going forward. It really depends on price point for me. I think they're both really great. Wyatt Dingra, I think he's good. I also support Sunderland, so it's nice to have one of the Sunderland boys in there. But no, I do think Dingra in the first 3 game weeks could be a really nice 5.5 option and maybe outscore like Anderson, the popular 5.5. I say popular, he's not owned by a lot of players, is he? All honesty, I think Sunderland will win. I think Sunderland will do very well against West Ham, which means I'm less likely to go West Ham players. Look, we haven't been in the Premier League for years and years and years. You've got to think, we're sold out the match months ago, it feels. I didn't even get a chance to buy a ticket. The place is going to be absolutely bouncing. It's going to be a hard place to go to, in all honesty. Do I think the team will immediately gel and West Ham will have a hard game? No. I just think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. Milenkovic or Murillo? I think it's personal preference. I maybe slightly prefer Murillo, but Milenkovic has got a bullet header on him, so if you want a bit of goal threat, go for that. Delict O'Brien, Pau Torres. I don't mind O'Brien as a punt, but minutes could be a bit of an issue. Why not Reinders? I could go Reinders. I'm debating Adingra, Reinders, Papsar from Spurs, Anderson from Nottingham Forest. Who else? There's another player I'm missing there. I can't remember who it is. Right. I'm getting close. Dewsbury Hall was the other player. Yes, that's another player I'm considering, bro. That is another player I'm considering. I have Watkins and Gyökeres. Should I replace for anyone? Depends on the rest of your team, Jake. Depends on the rest of your team. Gyökeres could be downgraded. I do think Watkins is the better 9 million forward. I do. That'll be fine. Right. Palmer captain. No. I'll change that. Sorry, I forgot I had that screen on there. I'm trying to save my team on the official website, but it's been a bit laggy. I will recommend if anyone's using the official website, make sure your team's kind of getting locked in shortly. I'm having a few issues with the connection. It might be a personal issue, but yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Moogs, I don't know. No, Moogs, help! I don't know what to do. Bro, I'm kind of in the same boat, I can't lie. Why is Tarkovsky not in any team? You can have him if you want. I think he's an okay option. Yeah. For me, I'm just considering other players. Thank you, no problem, bro. Best, no Salah, no Haaland, captain. Palmer. There we go. Easy. Best Liverpool 3. In order, I'd go Salah, Wirtz, Ekitike. Oh, Saka, Wirtz. Yeah, Saka, Wirtz, Ekitike. Is Kelleher starting? I wouldn't be too sure on that. I believe a lot of people are predicting that Valdemar will start first game. Saka and Nico or Marmoush and Frimpong with 0.5 in the bank. Marmoush and Frimpong. Going against Gandhi. Yeah. Gandhi isn't real. The Gandhi rule is not real. You heard it here first. It's only real when the player is bad. You mean Frimpong, Salah, Wirtz? If you want to include a defender in there, yeah. I think Frimpong, well, it'll be Salah, Wirtz, Frimpong. But I do think Ekitike will end up getting more points than Wirtz across the season. Does that make sense? Yeah. Who's your top 3 6 million defenders? Frimpong, Virgil, Nori. I think is what I'd go for there. You just have to have the understanding that if Conor Bradley comes back soon, you might have to change your team. But I think it's fine because we haven't spotted him in training yesterday? What today? Yesterday, yeah. Will Thiago start game week 1 for Brentford? I would assume so, Will, because it seems like Wissa is refusing to play. Yeah, I'm just not too sure on what's going to happen with Wissa. I think Isak has to maybe go to Liverpool first for Wissa to then be transferred. I don't know what's going to happen with the whole situation, but I'm not too keen on Wissa or Isak for that exact reason. But yeah, I hope you understand what I'm trying to get at there. Wirtz minutes risk? Nope, not for me. I think buying a player for that amount of money and the quality he provides to that Liverpool side, I don't think he'll be a minutes risk. No. I'm stuck on Wirtz or Ekitike. I think Wirtz will end up getting more points because of his position. But Ekitike is a really solid pick. Depends on team structure ever so slightly as well. if I got rid of 7.5 2. I don't know what's the likelihood. The thing that's kind of holding me back right now is Yao Pedro. Yes, I'd love to start the season with him, but Liam Delap does pose a bit of a minutes risk thing. Do you think if I went Mateta and then Eze then goes, does Eze go before game week? When is it? Yeah, game week 4 and 5. Do you reckon Eze goes to Arsenal or Spurs before then? I don't know. You know what I mean? Mateta has penalties. Yeah. I don't know. It's just Eze leaving does decrease the attack by quite a bit, and I don't know if within the first few game weeks when Mateta has bad fixtures, if he leaves at that point, when I get to the good fixtures, is Mateta going to be as good of a pick? Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's that's what's running through my mind at the moment. Mateta will be a liability. Do you reckon? I don't know. Jonathan says Reinders or Rodgers for your bench. Definitely Reinders. I think if you're playing 7 million for a player, you probably should start. There are some situations where you could bench game week bad fixtures for game week 1, like Mateta maybe, and then play him onwards. But yeah. Team. So that then can I then afford someone else maybe? Dubravka okay for bench boost? I wouldn't bench boost game week 1 personally. I don't think it's really worth it. Bro, something is telling me Ekatike is scoring. Yeah, I know. I do like Ekatike. I just don't know if I can squeeze him in. I don't know. Have you given up on getting Wirtz? No, I'm still trying. I've just got the screen as like a still image now, but yeah, behind the screen, I'm trying to. When would you bench boost then? When your bench boost looks the best in the next few weeks, I don't think you should focus on it. I don't think it's worth the amount of points that you'll probably get. We'll just have to wait with it. Tarkovsky or Kanate? Tarkovsky. Eze or Mbeumo? I'd probably say Mbeumo because Eze might leave to go to Spurs. I feel like Watkins will have a slow start to the season. Do you reckon? Yeah, I don't know. Why has no one got Gyökeres? Madness, man. Yeah. I don't know. It's just a bit expensive. I'm off, boys. Best of luck this week, and thanks for the help. No worries, Jack. Enjoy your week, man. Answer me, please. What's your question, bro? Collins a good shout? He's okay. If you had 21.5 million to pick 2 mids and a forward, which players would you pick? I don't know. I don't know. That's a bit hard to do off the top of my head. My favourite mids, maybe Wirtz, Bruno, and a cheap forward, I'd say. Or like a 5.5 mid, Saka, and a cheap forward. Bruno Fernandes or Wirtz? Bruno Fernandes, just about. What's the league code, and will the winner get something? The winner will not get something because you're actually not allowed to provide prizes for private leagues. FPL doesn't let you. So I don't want to get my league taken down. But if you want to join, go on the YouTube live stream. Subscribe to the channel, and the link is in the description of that live. Thoughts on Matoma? Good pick. Really nice pick. I like Matoma a lot. Is Kirkes any good? He's okay, but I think the other Liverpool defenders are better. Frimpong, to answer the next question for Alfie Norman. Frimpong for me is a really good option. I've got Ain't Nori and Frimpong and Van der Ven at the back. Should Kukurea and Diouf replace anyone? No, I think I'd stay like that. Oh, my nose. Restore. Yeah, I don't know. What about Bradley's minutes? Bradley hasn't been spotted in training for Liverpool, so I think the Frimpong's minutes are decent. That's why I haven't got. That's why Frimpong's all right. How come you went for Richards for the rotation? I'm working on my team behind this screen to show you guys really soon. But with this rotation in particular, so game weeks 4 and 5, Richards will play. Game week 4, Forest play at Arsenal. So that's one of the rotations there. But I'm just trying to save my team on the FPL website, but it's been a bit glitchy, so I do apologise for this. I'll answer some more questions. Thoughts on Sarr for Palace? Good option, Billy. Good option. Why Bruno overworked? Did you see the schedule for Manchester? Yes. I do just think defensive contributions with a mix of attacking contributions for Bruno Fernandes will beat out Wirtz in terms of points for the first few game weeks, perhaps. We'll see how it pans out. Maybe Wirtz completely destroys things at Liverpool, which wouldn't surprise me. But I really do like Bruno. I really do. Belieber or Dewsbury Hall? Dewsbury Hall. I think he'll play more important role for Everton than Belieber will for Brighton. Defensive contribution points, though, Belieber will definitely get up there. I'll give you that. Just imagine when Isak joins Liverpool. Who you getting? Yeah. No, I get that. It's not all done yet, though. We'll have to wait a few weeks. Why Pedro over Solanke? Solanke came off the bench for PSG. So, yeah. Arsenal, City, Chelsea and Bruno's first 5 games. Yeah, GG, sure. For me, those harder fixtures will increase his defensive contribution points, and if he can nick and assist a goal within those fixtures, completely fine. On pens, I think he's a good option. You don't have to agree. Yeah, I do like Bruno. Frazid Ali says Murillo plus Sarr or Nico Williams and Rodgers. I think Nico Williams and Rodgers would just about pip that for me. Haaland Haaland and Gakpo, Salah, Yao Pedro. Salah, Yao Pedro. Salah, Yao Pedro. Is Trafford a good pick for goalkeeper? Not sure he will start. I'm not sure he'll start either, so I'd stay away from City goalkeepers. Pep was very sort of nonchalant with his response in terms of the injury situation for Edison. He said apparently Edison will travel. I mean, that's all he's given us in terms of that goalkeeper situation there, so not a lot, or if anything, to go from. Yeah, Pep roulette, bro. Definitely. I have 14 million. What 2 midfielders do I get? I would say a 5.5 midfielder and then a nice price midfielder to add on to that. Cheap and then a nice expensive one. What do you think about Caicedo? Yeah, nice option for defensive contributions. He might not score a lot of goals, but you're going to get a steady amount of points there because he's that good for defensive contributions for Chelsea. Haaland and Gakpo or Salah and Yao Pedro for bench boost game week 1. For bench boost game week 1, I'd probably go Salah, Yao Pedro. Anderson or Adingra. I'm stuck between the two currently, with some other options on my mind. I think Anderson will be a more solid pick for a longer period of time, but for the first 3 game weeks, Adingra is really catching my eye. No Saka game week 2 is a worry. Not too much of a worry, personally. Not for me in particular. I understand because it's a good fixture for Arsenal, but yeah. Do you think Ronaldo and Gueye are good enough bench cover? Yes, I would maybe consider going away from Ronaldo into a Leeds defender, Burnley defender perhaps. I like all Reinders. Yeah, Reinders as well as someone I'm considering for that spot on my team. Watkins definitely ghosting Newcastle. How do you think? I don't know. He's in mine. Yeah. Do you think Gakpo and Marmoush good differentials? Yeah, I do. Ronaldo against West Ham or Anderson against Brighton away? Ronaldo against West Ham, if you really want to take a risk. But Anderson is probably the safer bet there, especially for defensive contributions and stuff that we know the data on. As well, Ronaldo might not exactly play 90 minutes. He could get subbed. We could see an early sub from him. I doubt it, but we could. Anderson should play a full 90 because we know how good he is. I have 8 mil now. Got Anderson. Who else do I get? I mean, you could go for 6 million, then reduce to 7.5. I think it's hard to pick someone at 8 mil for a midfielder position. Like Jorginho, Ruta, and then someone else. 30 more minutes. Bloody hell. This has gone too fast. I'm not liking this. Is Palmer, Salah, Haaland draft too ballsy? No. If you like the draft and you're enjoying it, Daniel, go for it, man. Go for it. I know people who have had good ranks in previous seasons, content creators as well, who are very much second-guessing themselves for this kind of draft. Because you get everyone, but you just have a very cheap squad. Bukayo Saka is fixture-proof. I don't think he is fixture-proof. I would say you need to turn up more in big fixtures. Personally, we might see that this season. I hope we do. I love Bukayo Saka as a player. Orange Apple says, right, I'm not budging. Sanchez, Nico Williams, Murillo, Juve, Saka, Vert, Palmer, Bruno, Ekitike, Watkins, Yao Pedro. That is a god squad, mate. Absolute god squad. Tobias, have you got Bruno in your current team? I'm working on a draft right now behind the screen to get him in on the FPL website, yes. Trying my best to. I'm just a little bit short. It's not the most entertaining thing just watching me edit on this side of the screen, but Bruno is in my team, yes. I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, Bruno's in the team. We'll keep Bruno in. I don't know, man. I really want Wirtz. I really want Florian Wirtz. How buzzing are you? Ridiculously buzzing. I'm also super nervous because I don't know how to get Florian Wirtz in my team. But yeah, to have Sunderland players in my team, George, I'm very excited. I might not start with any apart from Mark Gray. But yeah. Apparently Spud Bros have joined the live. Wirtz or Marmoush? Wirtz. I'd go Wirtz. Wirtz or Bruno then? Do you know what? That's kind of where I'm at right now. Wirtz or Bruno is my personal dilemma. Do I go for both? Do I go for one? If I go for both, I've got to massively downgrade some people. Take out Bruno for Wirtz, but I really want Bruno. I know a lot of people aren't keen on him, but I really want him. Maybe I do take out Bruno Fernandes. I know. Damn, man. Damn. Why do you want him so bad? I mean, for me, midfielders this year, having someone who's really good for defensive contributions like Bruno is, he's also on pens, he also gets attack and returns through the season, got the same amount of attack and returns as Morgan Rogers last season, playing in a very bad United side. So I'm like, it just feels good, but it's 9 million at the end of the day with Arsenal first game. League code, go on the YouTube live stream. In the description, there's a link you can click that will automatically put you in. Thoughts on like Remy? Bloody hell. What a throwback that is. What FIFA was he like ridiculous on? Because I remember that one. Mohammed on YouTube says, Ruta or Rogers or Kudus or Gakpo. Who would I go? Rogers. I'll go Rogers. FIFA 14 was it? Yeah. Vibes, mate. Absolute vibes. We'll say that. Can you check my team? I'm not doing team ratings, bro. Sorry. Not on deadline streams. There's definitely not enough time. Not enough time. I'm feeling Ekatike double. Don't say that because I'll rip up my entire team. Don't say that. Please don't say that. Oh, God. I asked ChatGPT to make me an FPL team. It's not that bad. Yeah, I've used night managers to help me with a few picks. And I do really like them. Rogers all good to go? I believe so, yes, for game week 1. Got football in 10 minutes and I'm still doing my draft. Toby, I mean, to be fair, 10 minutes is enough time. I think 10 minutes is enough time. Do you think Reece James will start? Yes. Who should I use on striker? Who do you like? Bro? Should I drop Frimpong for Ekatike? I want Frimpong. I forgot about Frimpong. We'll keep him there. Trey Hume should have been the first man there. I know. We've just signed a new player who could play right back, though, so that's kind of put me off a bit. But I do agree. I think Hume's going to be fun on FPL. Davichi on YouTube says, thoughts on Alisson, Van der Ven, Bissaka, Porro, Frimpong, Palmer, Rogers, Matoma, Vert, Yao Pedro, Haaland. It's a nice Haaland draft, actually. That's one of the better ones I've seen today. I like Matoma a lot as well, you know. Frimpong in or spend it out on the back line so I have bench players. You definitely need at least one bench player, Toby, I can't lie. Sean says, where do you think we'll finish this year, mate? I think I've got... right now, I would say we probably just about survive or go down kind of those two spots at the very bottom. But if we make another 2 signings, I think you've got a chance to maybe go like 15th upwards. We'll see how we get on though. We need a gel as a team quick. And in the first 3 fixtures, I think we need at least 4 points. If we don't get 4 points in the first few fixtures, I think it's going to be hard to kind of build momentum from there because those are the good fixtures. But yeah, I do think we've got enough to scrape staying up. My only decision I have is what 4.5 defender to use. Fuck the mags, indeed, Sean, indeed. 4.5 defender. Chris Richards is nice. Anderson from Fulham's nice. Yeah, those kind of guys, I'm tending to go for 4.5 options. You're lucky I'm getting Nikitike for Watkins. Do I have to do that? Do I think... 27 minutes. Thoughts on O'Reilly's minutes? He's going to Juventus, I think, mate. I think Sunderland wanted him as well, so I think he's going. I'm on Anderson and Juve currently. Juve's the other one. Juve's a really good one. Jichev on YouTube says, bench Reinders, Reece James, Mark Gui, and Dubravka. It's not a bad bench, actually. In fact, it's a really good bench. I'm not doing team ratings, bro. Sorry. Not on deadline streams. I don't rate teams on deadline. Bro, I'm telling you, you don't want to miss a Katike. Oh. Bro, I don't know, man. The problem is, right, if I go... because I might want a Liverpool defender eventually. Because I might, if I don't start with Frimpong, that is, because I need to save money somehow to get up to Ekatike. So if I went Watkins to Ekatike, I've then got triple. But then what if I want Verts? Do you know what I mean? It'd probably be Bruno Fernandes that would have to leave. I don't know. Because I would want Verts then. God, why is this so hard, man? Because it would probably be... I would probably want that, but I couldn't use Frimpong then. So, like, who the hell do I go for? Kukurea? Double up on them? I've got too many of them. Oh, my God. No, it was... Who did I want? 8 Nori, maybe? 8 Nori. 6 million. Upgraded Dingra. Kudus. And then have... who else can I afford here? 5 million. 5 million. Shrewsbury Hall. So yeah, I could do something like that. Sorry that took a while, but I had to do some tinkering there. Maybe that's what I would do, but then I couldn't get Bruno then. I couldn't get Bruno then. George Kent says I'm on Anderson and Juve currently. I've just read that. Sorry. Where am I up to? Adingra or Anderson draft. Not the 100 million budget. Anderson for draft mode. Watkins or Rodgers for the armband. Wow, probably Watkins. Yeah, I have a bad idea. Van der Ven or Poro. If you're saying you've got a bad idea, Luke, I'm guessing you want to save money, so probably Van der Ven, if that's what you want to hear. Why get Ekitike with Isaac Lumen? That's a good point. That is a good point. I should probably read it as soon as I look at it. Orange Apple has said, Moogs, what are you doing if when you're watching Liverpool versus Bournemouth and your missus calls for an offside, but her gay best friend says you can't be offside from a throw-in? I think I've got to pull the plug then, don't I? I'd rather Reinders and Jorginho / Tielemans than Dewsbury Hall Kudus. I don't know, I like Kudus a lot, man. You have 30 minutes to get your team done, bro. Chill. It's fine. I mean, this is basically a team. This is fine. I'm not panicking. Watkins is the pick. Oh, Will, I've just changed all my team for that, man. Hold on, I can click undo. I do want a Dingra. I do. Jokeres, risk of an early sub, potentially. Havertz has looked okay as well. Better before IMO, yeah. It's just because I want Wirtz in, though. Is this what I had before? No. That's what I had before. There we go. Kudus in the big 25. He's gone now. He's gone. What do you think of Frimpong? I like him, but I don't know. Have to have Wirtz, Smogs. Must have. For fuck's sake. Do I get rid of Bruno, then? And then just... Should I go, like... this? Do I do that? Bruno is a must-have. Toby, stop it, bro. Stop it, because I can't afford them both. Yeah, same for next week. Watkins sole striker with Bruno and Wirtz. So get rid of João Pedro. Don't want to get rid of João Pedro. Jorginho and Wirtz, or Gakpo and Rodgers. We have Fundles on YouTube. Ask him. I would say Jorginho and Wirtz. I like the punt of Jorginho. You can swap Wirtz for Bruno next week. I know, but I don't like booking in transfers. Adingra is a must-have. Orange Apple, you're talking sense now. Nah, he's not a must-have. I could easily go away and go for a 6 million player like Jorginho. Like that. Do you know what I mean? What do we think of that move? Not saving the 0.5 for a future week, but just going there. 20 minutes. There is 20 minutes. 21 minutes-ish. Mogs Adingra is a must-have. Toby, leave me alone. Leave me alone. Everyone's bullying me about my team now. Everyone's bullying me. I think Wirtz will have a good point this game. Or get good points this game. I get what you mean. Yeah, I agree. Ugh, bro, why is this so hard? Pantilimon is a must-have. Mogs, just listen for once. Will, break it down. Come on. Break it down, Will. Will's going to help me here. I mean, I did beat Will last season, but we'll not speak about that. Do you have any early game news? Not yet. Not yet. I don't think we will get too much. Bournemouth back 4 all gone. Yeah, I know, man. I know. I feel as though if I go... So I'm going to want Munoz eventually. So maybe going down from Frimpong in a few weeks' time is what I'd do. Watkins sole striker with Bruno and Wirtz midfield. Get Pedro out, he stinks. Okay. Okay. So let's see if this works, what Will's saying here. Who the hell am I going to have to get? I'm going to have two 4.5 strikers. Will, you're chatting out your arse, mate. You're chatting out your arse. I'm not having 4.5 strikers. Get a load of this guy, Orange Apple. Stop it, man. Stop it. That's what I've got. I don't know. I just don't like 4.5 strikers. I like having a bit more defensive options. Really having a hard time picking who to bench out of Bruno, Kieran Dewsbury Hall, Mateta and Kudus. Not Bruno. Kieran Dewsbury Hall I'll bench. You got to have Pedro. Do you reckon? Slot said Bradley will play a lot when he's fit. Yeah, but we haven't even seen Conor Bradley in training. He's not ready yet. He's not ready. He ain't ready to play. Right. I don't know, man. I don't know. Opinions on my team. Roofs, Ballard, Hume, Ronaldo, 9, Xhaka, Tiara, Lefay, Dingram, Mayenda, Telby. Yeah, Toby, you're winning the game. You're winning the whole game. Orange Apple made me think of going no Haaland with that team. McGinn will start against Newcastle. You want to pick McGinn in FPL? That's interesting. You could do. I'm not as keen as a John McGinn fan for FPL, but maybe with the defensive contributions he could do okay. Minte instead of Ruda. I like Jorginho Ruda. I mean, for me, you're picking someone who's 1.1% owned. Yes, the fixtures aren't too great, but like 6 million is a bit of a differential punt. I don't mind it. I think he's, as well as he's played up front for Brighton, so he's out of position. Oh, bro, this is annoying me. Right, if I go Matoma's 0.5 more, yeah, but he could be playing up front for Brighton. Do you know what I mean? Like out of position players are very rare. Can you have a quick look at Richardson's DEFCON points for last season? Hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Someone ain't right. Richards. Oh. Richards last season got... Oh, hold on. Richards last season. So his per 90 data was 9.03. 9.03 per 90. So very good. Look at my chat above. Do Frimpong. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know. Because I do like Frimpong. Be careful, do not click on Orange Apple's weird photo while you're scrolling through. Oh god, I don't want to know what's happened just then. I'll ignore that. Will, what are you talking about, bro? Right, we've got 15 minutes left, guys. 15 minutes left. Make sure you're hitting the like on the TikTok live. Make sure you go over to YouTube and subscribe. It's going to get serious right now because we are very close to game week 1, and I am still panicking like hell. This ain't great, guys. This ain't great. Richards in for Anderson then. Rotates better. I'm locked. Yeah, I like Richards a lot. I think for game week 4 and 5, he's good. I could maybe get rid of him for Anderson or go to... Who else was it? Tossen maybe. But Tossen I'm going to have to probably transfer in like game week 3. Yeah, I don't know. What do you reckon? Yeah, well, I like 2015 Selena Gomez. We can't have it all, mate. You've hit the nail on the head there. Why don't FPL just give us like 5 million more? I think that would do it for me. I think that would do it. In Tossen we trust, says Will. Do we? Well, what's his ownership? Tossen... Why am I spelling... Oh, because I'm on bloody forwards. Have you noticed I'm trying my best not to swear on stream now? 0.9% ownership. Eh. He's a good differential, but I feel as though I'm going to have to transfer him out now. Will feature a lot. A lot. You say a lot, but not every week, which makes me think no. I'd rather have other players in that I'm sure are going to play. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process with Tosin, because it's like, yeah, I don't know. Best 4.4 million defender. Rodon, Ronaldo, Goodmanson, Esteve, and there's a Burnley fullback. That's okay. Hardman. I can't remember his name. Cole has done his ACL. I know, but do you reckon he'll play every single week, Tosin? If he plays every single week, he's an okay option then. But can we guarantee that? Could double Spurs defence work? Yeah. God, my team looks extremely sexy, Mose. Come join the party. Maresca likes him. Maybe we look at Tossen then. Tonali or Anderson from Nottingham Forest. I'd go Anderson from Nottingham Forest over Tonali. Rodgers fit to play? Yes. Wirtz, Van der Ven, and Strand Larsen, or Ndai, Porro, Mateta. Wirtz, Van der Ven, Strand Larsen for me. Opinions on Morgan Rodgers? Good. I like Morgan Rodgers. He said Tossen is the player that fills a role. I must have missed that from the press conference. Let me have a look. Where was he? Because I didn't see said anything about him. Wesley Fofana is an option for the squad, though Maresca admits the defender still has problems. Ah, so that's been updated. Chalobah is available for selection. Badashil and Lavia remain out. Okay. Gordon is back. Oh, don't say that. I think Gordon's decent as well. I don't know, I'm panicking. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. What time's the deadline? The deadline's in 13 minutes. It's not looking good, guys. It's not looking good. It's not looking good, brev. Joachim Anderson or Van der Ven for a 4.5 backup. You could start Van der Ven game week 1. So I reckon there. I had to come back. I was getting loads of Ekatike posts. I'm just going to start ignoring your messages because Ekatike, I don't know. He's tempting me. He's tempting me. How do you see Sunderland going this season, Mokes? What do you make of their signings? I am beyond excited for the season. I think if we stopped our signings right now, we could go and stay up just about. I do think we maybe have 1 or 2 more we could add to the squad to give us a better chance. But we've got a good chance. Some knobhead in my estate's revving his car. If I can go away with your course, I go to McDonald's. I'll kick myself if he does well. Is this your final team? This isn't my exact final team. I think I'm trying to figure out a way to get Bruno and Wirtz in the same team, but I don't think I can. Xhaka will be solid, says Liam. I agree. I think Xhaka is probably our best signing. I think he's the #1 signing we've made, Granit Xhaka. I also think Adingra is fantastic. Ekatike looks solid in the Community Shield. Unlike the Orange Apple, stop it. I'm not getting rid of Salah. I'm not. No Arsenal players. Sorry, Kevin, no. Bro, give me your code. Do you have a league code? Yes. Go to the YouTube live stream. There's an auto join link in the comments. Just click on the TikTok profile. It takes like 2 seconds to do. You'll find a way, and you'll find a link in the live stream description on YouTube. More than welcome to join, guys. More than welcome. Where did you rank last season? 160, 180k. Something was really bad. Season before it was like top 1.2%. This last season was 1.4% in the world. Safe to say, I'm aiming to do a lot better than that. Safe to say I'm doing a lot better than that. So, yeah. Is using triple captain on Salah first game week? I don't think I would. I mean, it is Bournemouth, so. I've got my tea. I'm going to stick with it. Enjoy, Spady, enjoy. Salah or Haaland? Salah. Who have you captain? Salah. Orange apple, it don't look much better without having Haaland, can't lie. Best 5 mil defender. Williams, I would say. Williams. Why Salah? I think he's just better than Erling Haaland. You're paying 0.5 more, but I just think he's a lot better. I like Haaland, but yeah, Salah for me is the guy. He's the king of FPL, guys. 8 seasons in a row. Bish, bash, bosh. I think Newcastle will win. Do you reckon? Haaland going to score a hat-trick now. Yeah, go score a hat-trick, Haaland, please. Prove me wrong. Nah, I think Haaland will do really well. Mogs, Haaland, Kieran Dridgeby Hall, Van de Ven, or Bowen, Saka, Porro. I'd probably go Haaland, Kieran Dridgeby Hall, Van de Ven. You're 20 to my 10 who finishes higher this year. What, in FPL, me or you, Will? You don't want to make that bet, mate. You don't want to make that bet. I'm smashing you. I'm killing you. I'm murdering you. Eight minutes. Bloody hell. I am not looking forward to this deadline. I'll be very honest with you guys. Do I just get rid of Watkins? Ekatike Juve or Yao Pedro and Pedro Porro. Ekatike Juve. What's the code? Go to the YouTube live stream. It's in the description. Do I get... Nah, I'm tweaking out. Help me. I really want Ekatike. I'll say this now. I really want him, but I actually just don't think I can. I just don't think I can get him. If Isak joins, then I'm just going to get rid of Ekatike. I just am. Using triple captain on Salah is almost a guarantee because he's always going to do something first fixture. That's a good way to think about it. I think I'll save it though. I think I'll save my triple captain. Appreciate everyone subscribing on YouTube, by the way. If you can do anything to support me, go over to the YouTube channel and subscribe, guys. Done my FPL. Got only Hemia and Hume. That's it. My team will win. I think you just need Hemia, mate. Triple captain Hemia first game week. Code. Go over to my YouTube live stream. It's in the description. That is an auto join link. Easiest way to do it. That's the one. Up Hemia. Aye. We don't need a new striker. None of this secret striker stuff, Sean. Hemia will do the job. Shakir. sent his team in for a bench boost. I'll not read it all out, but I'll give it a good consideration and let you know, mate. I like it. I do. Verbruggen for me is a bit of an iffy one with the fixture, but I do like the bench boost idea with that particular squad. Juve as well is really nice. Right. Salah and Juve or Saka and Frimpong. Salah and Juve. Salah is a miles better asset than Saka for me. For bench boost one, Haaland and Gakpo or Salah and João Pedro. Salah and João Pedro. Barnes or Murphy. I've been told that Gordon's back, but I can't fully agree with that. So I'd probably say Barnes anyway. I think Barnes is better than Gordon at the moment. Sarr, Reinders. I like Reinders. Sarr's nice as well as an option for Palace. Mogs, I'm going to Captain Ekatike, and he's not even in your team. It be like that, bro. It be like that. It do be like that, though. Right. Four minutes. Score prediction for tonight. I think Liverpool will win 4-1. I think it'll be 4-1. I copied your team. I wouldn't copy my team because I think I'm going to change it in a few minutes' time. Yeah. I'm humming and hawing about what to do with Pape, Sarr, Verts, Watkins, João Pedro, and Rodon. I think everyone else is pretty nailed. Yeah, I wouldn't copy this team. I think I'm going to change it. No, I didn't mean to click Right, screw that page. I need to go on the official website. Right. Best 6 million. I like Frimpong a lot. 3 minutes, 4 minutes-ish till the deadline. Best 6 million defender, says Hamish. Hamish, I would say Frimpong. I hope. What do you reckon, boys? Do I go Verts or Bruno Fernandes? Verts or Bruno Fernandes? That's kind of what I'm hung up on. Verts or Bruno Fernandes? Someone says Bowen or Watkins in the chat. I'll probably go Watkins. Just got Bo. Hope that helps. It does. It does. Do you know what, Will? I'll do that. Whatever. I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna get both of them. We'll have to go cheap somewhere else though. Bruno. People saying Bruno. I've got 3 minutes. I need to really lock in here. Verts, Bruno. See, everyone's saying different. I might just get both. But it means I might have to get rid of, like, Frimpong or something. What do you reckon? Should I go down from Frimpong to, like, a 4.5? Do I go down from Frimpong, do you reckon? What about Anderson? Anderson. How much can I get here? Fernandes. Down there. 6 million. John Larson. What about that? What do you reckon? Or like instead, I do want Ekatike, but I feel as though Isak will come and just ruin everything. Do we just stick with João Pedro? Then I've got 1 million spare. I don't know. Do you reckon that's okay? I don't mind that. I know, but I really want Ekatike though, and no, I really want Vert and Bruno, but I can't quite have it. 1 minute to go. Right. What I'll do, ignore that team on the screen. I'm going to do it on the official website. Hold on. Right. Okay. Right. Okay. I think that's fine. Save that. This is horrible. Bro, it's fine. On my other screen, I've got... it's saved, I think. Okay. Do you know what? Right, we'll go in... Right, a few seconds left. It's fine. I think we've got it. Ignore this, the team on screen. I've ignore that one. I've had to use the official website to make sure it saves. But I've got it. Okay. I've got it, I think. Okay. Okay. That was bloody stressful. Okay. Oh, right. Fuck's sake. So I've done. It's not my final team. I've done something. I'm. So, what I've done is I've taken out some money from the forward line. We've went away from these two. I'll be honest, we had to get rid of Frimpong. I had to. To afford Wirtz and Bruno. That was the main decision here. Wirtz and Bruno, who do I go for? We went both. We went both. Okay? Get Jose Altidore in. He knows his Sunderland players. Apologies if I did miss your questions in that last minute or so. But yes, we've made some changes to this team. So what I've done, Sanchez, we've moved him out. We've put Vicario in and to double up on the Spurs defence for Burnley. Right? Hear me out. Anderson we've actually benched, and we've put in, instead of Sanchez being 5 million, we've went with some of a pick that you guys actually suggested in Tossen, because he's 4.5. Okay? So, sadly, Frimpong had to be sacrificed here to get up to Bruno Fernandes. But I feel as though if I can get Frimpong in for game week 4, that should be pretty decent. Do you know what I mean? Sa at 5 million. I'm changing slightly. We've found a way to get 0.5 here by sadly reducing Ekatike to Mateta. Now, yes, the first game isn't fantastic, but we're really looking at here 4 and 5. Okay? So I think that's not too bad. Am I cooking or am I cooked? Let me know. Please let me know. Strand Larson, I can afford to get Evan Nielsen. And the reason I want him is for his game week 2 fixture and the fact he plays Leeds in 6. So I think that's the main squad there. And then we change Rodon as well, because Rodon will... Yeah, Esteve will rotate well for game week 2 when Pedro Porro has Man City, and Dubravka could come in for game week 2 as well, perhaps. So I think something like, I don't know. I've done that. I've went that. It's let me get both Bruno and Vert in the same team, but I've made a lot of sacrifices in defence and forward. But I do think it's worth it though. Let me know what you think of that. That's what I've done. I think that's okay for game weeks to come because we've got Wolves, Nottingham Forest for Mateta and Evan Nielsen, Tottenham, Aston Villa. Keep going. Brighton, Sunderland, Newcastle, West Ham. I think if we're looking at the fixtures over 6 weeks rather than the first game week, it makes sense for me. Bournemouth, you've got Wolves, good fixture. Brighton, Leeds in the first 6 game weeks. Palace, you've got Sunderland and West Ham, as well as Nottingham Forest. So, I think that's all right. There, I think that we'll put that on screen now because that's worked. Yeah, we'll went with that. Evan Nielsen underrated one. Yeah, I think so. I do like the Bournemouth lads. I just did. If I went for Ekatike, who I really wanted to get, the only problem would have been then is when Isak does eventually come to Liverpool, it looks like I'm just gonna have to transfer him out anyway. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I completely agree with you guys, by the way, that the two up front don't look good this week, but that's completely fine. I'm going for a longer term strategy than just 1 week. I promise you this. But yeah, that's what we're going with. I don't know. I like it, but it does feel a bit weak up top in comparison to the Ekatike Watkins one. But then I wouldn't have been able to afford Vert and Bruno Fernandes. I would have had to have much cheaper in the midfield. So then, yeah. I know he's. The problem is, if I went Ekatike, the Isak thing just keeps popping up. Vert and Bruno will outscore 100%. Yeah, I mean, Yao Pedro would have been nice to have, I feel, but Delap did put me off. No Watkins, yeah. If I wanted Bruno Fernandes, I had to get rid of Watkins. Will Kelleher play? I don't think so. I think Valdemarson will. Yeah. Now we wait for the Liverpool lineup. How do I set my formation to a 3-4-3? You just sub on the players, like 3 strikers, 3 defenders, 3 midfielders. It should just change itself when you sub players on. Yeah, I don't know. They just signed a new centre-back. Who did? Who signed a new centre? Oh, Bournemouth. Diakate. Yes, they did. He's 4.5 in FPL. Sunderland wanted him, actually. But the champion of FPL would not use or same of our team. Yeah, the number 1 in FPL has probably got a completely different team to me. I mean, I'm okay at FPL, but I'm not, like, groundbreaking, guys. I get close to top 100k, and that's about it. That's as good as I get. I think this season I'll do a bit better. I made some bad decisions with free hit last year, if I remember correctly. We shall, we shall see how Ekatike captain goes. Wish me luck, Edna Mode. I'm going to need it this week. Have a great one, lad. Catch you in a bit. Orange Apple, a pleasure to have you in for the live stream on YouTube. Really appreciate you, man. Yeah, I'll see you in the next one, man. Giovanni Leone, they just signed. Ah, yes, Liverpool you're on about. I thought you were on about Bournemouth. They will use different players. That's platform. That's perform. What do you mean by that? It's me. Yeah, we've gone for that. I don't know about not going Watkins. Matoma for the season. I know if I could somehow... Because with this team as well, I downgraded Mateta to Thiago, and then I had Reinders as Matoma, and it meant I had 0.5 spare to use for transfers in the weeks. But Yeah, I went Reinders just to have someone from City. Means not the player we choose. Ah, yes. No, I get what you mean. My midfield is that, but Matoma said it. Yeah, Will, I basically had Matoma in, but it meant I have Thiago instead of Mateta. Or no. Yeah, Thiago instead of Mateta, and then Evan Nielsen would stay there with Thiago. Do you think Xhaka will bag the points this season? Yeah. Does the site crashed? The site will have crashed because the deadline's done. There we go. The lack of Sunderland in that team is not right. I know. As a Sunderland fan, I probably should have more. I went with Reinders instead of a Dingra. I just wanted a bit of City assets. Because I feel if I didn't go for Reinders and had a Dingra, where's it at? If I went for a Dingra instead of Reinders, I would then have probably went Marmouche instead of Wirtz, but I really wanted Wirtz. So that was kind of the point there. Yeah, the site will be down for now because of the deadline, Harshad. FPL code, please, mate. Go over to my YouTube live stream. It's in the description. It's an auto join link. It's the easiest way to join my league. Feel free to subscribe when you're there as well. Should I do Virgil van Dijk? The deadline's passed, guys. The deadline's gone. The deadline's gone. What do you predict for the top 4 and bottom 3 of the season? If I had to pick right now, I would say Liverpool, City, Chelsea. Bottom 3. Burnley, Wolves, West Ham. I think Leeds will stay up as well. Thank you very much. You helped me a lot. Lots of love from India. Thank you very much, Harshad. Appreciate you coming by, man. Appreciate you, man. Arthur, why are you saying no, bro? This is my team. Let me know. Sanchez, Frimpong, Irony, Pedro Porro, Salah, Palmer, Reiners, and Dye. Who's up front? Pedro and Watkins. Yeah, I had Pedro and Watkins, but I couldn't afford Bruno, so I had to change it a bit. When will the site be up again? It normally takes an hour-ish, but I think it should be a bit quicker this time because of Broadcaster League. I'll join that league. Oh, bollocks. I'll click the... Never mind. I'll click that picture. I try to click a league there. Yeah, what was I saying there? What was I saying? I was on Pedro and Watkins, but I had to get rid of them both to get Bruno and Wirtz in the same team. I think I can cover game week 2's fixture with Arsenal having Leeds, with Cole Palmer having Crystal Palace at home. With captaincy, I'm talking about there. Anyone else's app crashed. So FPL's app always goes down for fantasy football when the deadline's just passed, guys. If you didn't know this. So the deadline goes, the game updates everyone's team, and then from there, like an hour's time, 45 minutes time, your team will be back and it'll be game week 1. Does that make sense? Is it bad I don't have words? It's not bad, but I'll be honest, for the last 5 minutes of the deadline, I was panicking trying to get Wirtz in my team. So take that however you want. But yeah, I was very much panicking to get Wirtz in my team at the end there. Very much so. I should probably put my team on Twitter. Or X, or whatever you call it. I don't know. Why were you panicking? Because I had about... how many transfers did I make? People who were in here. It must have been like 5 transfers to get Wirtz and Bruno in the same team, in the same draft. Strangest front two possible. I know, but if you look over 6 weeks, it makes sense. I promise you. I promise you. Liverpool's making everyone go crazy. Yeah, I went a bit crazy towards the end there, trying to get Florian Wirtz to my team. I'll admit that. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know. I like the front two very much so, but not for this game week. I hope that kind of makes sense. Evan Nielsen injured. I mean, I don't think he is. I'd look into it. I will have a look into it. If it is the case, then Anderson will come on, but from what I've seen, I don't think he's injured. He's not travelled. Okay. I don't think he's injured. From the press conference stuff I've seen, Dan, if you want to tell me what Twitter account you've seen it on or something, you can. Lennon, is the app down? I can't get on it. Yeah, updates after every deadline. Just wait half an hour or so. Like that front two, move around, you'll likely... Sorry, like that front two, move, you'll do... Yeah, I think for around that time, like game week, like here, 4 and 5, it looks pretty good. Especially for Evan Nielsen, game week 2, game week 6, and then some good fixtures in the middle. I don't mind it. I really don't. Should I start Mark Gray? The deadline's gone. The deadline's passed, guys. The deadline's passed. So you can't change your team. It's done. Jenny thought he was out. My bad. No, I don't ever think Evan Nielsen's out, bro. No. I mean, he might be. I don't think so though. From what I've read on the press conferences today, bro. Was it today? It might have been yesterday. I can't remember, but I've read through the press conference notes and he's not down. I put Haaland and João Pedro up front. Nice, bro. Nice, man. So I'm trying to get my team live on Twitter, so people can have a look. Boom, boom, boom. Is the game down? Yeah, it's always down. It's always down after the deadline for about half an hour, 45 minutes-ish. It could take a bit more time, it could take less time with this new app, but this new app's absolutely shocking. It's absolute crap, so I wouldn't expect too much from it. I got kicked out of FPL. Yeah, you will do it every deadline. You will do. So don't worry about it. Did you know Spud Bros was in live just before? It came up saying Spud Bros was in the live. I don't know if it was the actual one though, because it just comes up with username, so it could have been anyone. Will I get my account back? Yes. Don't panic. Don't panic. This is normal for FPL. I promise you. I've played for like 2-3 seasons now. Yeah, so I'll show you on my phone, fellas, but it's the same for me. It's the exact same for me. Oh my god, my Instagram went crazy. Okay. Yeah, it just loads. Just loads. It was 4.4 million followers. I don't think Spud Bros were in the live, Will. I can't lie. It must have been just someone with the same name. But it said Spud Bros. The potato fellas. I chose Concert, and then when Aston Villa's fixtures get bad, I'm putting in Richards. Yeah, I had Richards in the team, but I changed to Anderson. No, I changed to Tosson so he could play this week. This game week. Nah, I swear to God. I'll have to have a look. Well, I'm sure there's a way to look on my thing. I don't know. I'll put it on Bailey Collinson. My brother gonna die. Poor Bailey Will. You're gonna get him killed. Now, there'll be a way for us to check. Well, I'll have a look after this live. I'm just talking shit with you, to be honest, now. If you're still here, you're a real one, I swear. Like, I'm just talking absolute waffle. I'm just going to wait a few minutes and then go watch Liverpool. Well, no, Liverpool's at 8 o'clock, isn't it? Is Liverpool 8 o'clock? Or is it 7:30? It's 8, isn't it? Will Madsen start? I actually think Digne will probably start over Matson most weeks. But you'll probably get a few minutes. It could be decent, Charlie. I'm an Arsenal fan. Normally always get one of our players this season. I got none. Yeah, the only thing with Arsenal is I would have liked to have someone, but game week 2 I'm just gonna captain Palmer, I think. So I didn't have to start with one, if that makes sense. Will Tosun start? I hope so. Yeah, I think at 4.5 he was just a bit better for me than Sanchez in goal because of defensive contribution points. We'll see how it works. Maybe Tosun was a bad buy, but I think he'll be okay. I think he'll be okay. Swap. Brother, I messed around with my team in the last minute and ended up without a Liverpool player in FPL. Bro, what? What? How have you done that? Oh, like, it saved the deadline when you were messing around. So it's... Oh, my God. Dude. What does your team actually look like then, Hans? What's your team look like, bro? It's got to be okay still. Like, because you'll obviously have a lot of money from Liverpool players, right? At least tell me you've got Haaland or Palmer. Made a few transfers last... How does your FPL work or not mine? This isn't FPL. Is EPL Fantasy down? I don't play EPL Fantasy, sorry, bro. I was going to try start it, but I've completely forgotten about it. Right. Right, I've got like 5 minutes or so until the live will end. So if you want your team rated in TikTok, you can go to my FPL Mugs Twitter page, send me a DM, and I'll have a look at your team and put it on screen for everyone to see. But yeah, if you want your team rating, go send your team over on Twitter or Instagram. Instagram could work if you don't have Twitter, bro. I can get Instagram to work. But yeah, if you want your team rating, send it on Instagram. Instagram's just FPL Mugs. I'm FPL Mugs on every social media. You don't play FPL. I don't play EPL. You said EPL. Whatever game that is. Do you mean FPL? If so, I do play FPL, yes. Very much so. Yeah, send me over your team if you want it rated. We'll rate it quickly. We've got a few minutes. Should I start Reinders or Saka? The deadline's passed, so I hope you've made that decision already. The deadline has passed, my brother. It's gone. Yeah, 5 minutes, I'll rate people's teams. If you want your team rating, send me your team on either Instagram, Twitter, whatever's best for you. I will rate your team on the live stream. I chose Saka, but who would you chose? Saka as well, yes. Can I send mine? Love from Sweden? Yeah, Instagram or Twitter at FPL Mogs. If you're on TikTok, I should have a link tree in my bio, which will take you straight there. You've got about 5 minutes to get your team sent in, and then we'll be rating them. Send them over Instagram or Twitter. The link is in the bio of the TikTok. If you want your team rating on YouTube as well, do this exact same thing. Find my Instagram, find my Twitter, send me a DM. Be more than happy to review people's teams if you want me. If you want your team rating, just make sure you subscribe to YouTube as well. It's greatly appreciated. How long till the servers are back, says Jake. I would guess if it's a 6:30 deadline, we're probably looking at maybe 20 minutes to half an hour time. It really depends on how well the app, the new app, is going to perform. I don't have faith in it, so I don't think it'll be. Yeah, like it should be half an hour. But will Ballard be a good for DEFCON? I would think so. Yes, I think Trey Hume will probably be the best for DEFCON. Yo, Robin. Robin sent me an Instagram message. Robin, send your team over, bro. Send over your team, man. I hope you got a screenshot of it because the FPL app is down. I'm rating teams, yep. You've got 3 minutes until I'm leaving the deadline. Leaving the live stream. First off, we've got Robin's team here on Instagram. Sanchez and goal, really nice. I think I was on Sanchez personally on my draft, but I went to Rocario so I could get Tosin in. But I really like Sanchez as a goalkeeping option. Anderson's brilliant. I think he's probably the best or second best 4.5 option in FPL. You then have Rodon. Good first fixture, in my opinion, against Everton. I think Everton will take a little bit of time to get scoring goals. Murillo, good, great pick, in fact. I think out of the Forest defenders, he's top one. Alongside maybe Nico Williams because of the reduced price. Got Bruno Fernandes, Wirtz, Palmer, Salah, Dewsbury Hall. Exact same midfield as me, but I've got Reinders instead of Dewsbury Hall. Really nice. I like that. Dewsbury Hall is a bit of a question mark in terms of position he'll play for Everton, but I do think he'll play a pretty important role for Everton this season. Watkins, Mateta up front, really nice. Really nice. And then Richards, Esteve, Gueye, and Dubravka on the bench. Yeah. Top team, bro. Top team, man. It's pretty similar to the one I've built, to be fair. I've just went with a slightly different goalkeeper and defender. Let's have a look at the teams, guys. Next one. I've accepted your message, bro. Let's see. Let's see your team. I've maybe got time for one more team as well. I've accepted your message, dude. But you can go to the link on my TikTok. The link tree's there. You can go on you can go on Twitter or Instagram. Send me your team. I've got time for one more after this one. So make sure you're quick. No one else. Let's see it. Here we go. Here we go. Next team rating. If you want your team rating, I've got space for one more before the stream ends. Use the link in the TikTok bio. You should be able to find my Instagram. Sanchez, Dubravka, the goalkeeper pairing. I think it's one of the best pairings in the game. I really, really like the pairing of Sanchez and Dubravka. Romero. You've got Virgil van Dijk, Murillo, Esteve and Richards. Really great. Really, really great. I'll accept this message and continue. Hold on. There we go. Really nice defense, bro. Really nice defense. Romero's an interesting one. I think he'll do a little bit better than Van der Ven, but I think Van der Ven's his price is a bit more attractive. But I don't mind the Romero pick. Sarr is the 6.5 and the team is solid. Wirtz, Salah, Palmer, Bruno Fernandes, Strand Larsen, Fulkrug, Mark Gray. Very, very light on the top is one thing I'd say about that team. But the midfield and defence is so stacked with 6 millions, 5.5s in defence as well as a really stacked midfield. I actually don't mind it. I think it's a really good team. Really nice one. Thanks for sending your team, man. Kieran is the last player we are going to review here. I've accepted you, Kieran, mate. Let me see it. Let me see it. I'll make sure this experience is a bit smoother for the next time I rate some teams. We've got Kieran's team here, everyone. Thanks for sending it in, Kieran. We've got Sells and goal with David Raya on the bench. This is perhaps one of the more interesting teams I've seen. No Salah, no Haaland. No Salah, no Haaland. The first one we've seen today. There was one more person who said they were going to do this on the YouTube live stream, but interesting. You've got a lot of heaters in this draft, bro. Cucurella, I think's brilliant. If you can afford him, he's great, but a lot of people couldn't afford him because of not having Salah and not having having Salah and having Haaland. Kirkes, Gabriel as well. Wow. Do you know? I'm not gonna lie. I think I like this team. Reinders, Wirtz, Palmer, Eze. The only person I don't like so far is Eze. I think Eze, for me, if the things are true about him going to Arsenal or Spurs, will he possibly miss this Chelsea fixture? That's the one thing I'd say. I don't think so, personally. I think it'll be after he gets his transfer. But that's the only thing I'd say about the midfield. Mateta, Ekitike, Yao Pedro up front. Really nice. Really nice. I really like Mateta as a pick as well because he should have penalties, especially if Eze does leave. Matt Target, Ndai, and Tarkovsky on the bench. Of course, you're only going to be really playing Ndai and Tarkovsky there. Do you know what? I don't mind it. I really don't. I really don't. I think that's a good team, Kieran, mate. Really appreciate you sending that in. That's top team there. It's a risky team. It really is. I won't lie to you. Going without Salah or Haaland is risky. But that's top, bro. That's top. That's top. Some other people in chat are saying they like that team as well, man. Good work, bro. Right, it's getting closer and closer to that Liverpool match. So what I'm going to do is can't see Salah having much of the ball this year. I think I agree slightly, but I do think he'll still have a big impact. We'll see what happens tonight, though. But I'm going to go get a quick shower before the game because I've got some bright studio lights on my face right now, and I am sweating. I am very, very warm. So I'm going to go have a quick shower. But massive thank you to everyone who's come for today's stream. Really, really appreciate you all massively. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. Make sure you're following on TikTok for more content. But really appreciate everyone for stopping by. Big shout out to everyone. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much for stopping by. See you guys on YouTube as well. Really appreciate everything today. Thank you so much.